Brace the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started today at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
This podcast is brought to you by Aura. Imagine waking up to find your bank account drained, bills for loans you never took out, a warrant for your arrest, all because someone stole your identity. Hackers aren't waiting. Why are you? That's why we're thrilled to partner with Aura. Your personal data is a goldmine for hackers, and Aura helps lock it down. Aura monitors the dark web, blocks data brokers from selling your information, includes a VPN for private browsing, and a password manager to secure your accounts before criminals break in. For a limited time, Aura is offering our listeners a 14-day free trial plus a dark web scan to check if your personal information has been leaked, all for free at aura.com/safety. That's aura.com/safety to sign up and start protecting yourself and your loved ones. That's aura.com/safety. Terms apply. Check the site for details.
You better wait here. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Even 10 minutes is a long time to be awake like that.
What up with it? It's the Coach Uncut Podcast. We're about to kick it. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to everything we got going on. DJ Nova Fresh, KB the Enterprise, Trey, and it's your boy Silk. We got a special guest, Lex the Visionary, hanging out with us today. Let's get it going. Peace, love, and blessings is all I'm after. Beautiful woman, good cush, and a whole lot of laughter. Designer linen to stay dapper. Cap it off with a fly-ass caption to go with these moments we captured. It's the Coach Uncut Podcast. I'm Silk, and I'm kicking it with the fam. You're
It's your boy DJ Nova Fresh. Hey, I got my people with me. You already know.
Yo, this is Enterprise, man. I ain't really got no bars, but I'm blessed to be here.
Trey, you're muted.
Shout out to being blessed and shout out to being muted. Yo, it's your boy Trey Pound, the moisturizer. Whoa, Kimosabe. I got wet drawers in my lobby. About 4 wet ones. So let's go ahead and get this shit stopping. Or potting. Or you know what the hell I'm trying to say. Play me my theme music.
I think it's a theme sound effect. I don't think that's actually music, man. Welcome to the Coach Uncut Podcast. What's up, fellas? We got a special guest, Lex the Visionary. We're going to bring her up in a minute. Nonetheless, how y'all boys weekend? Everything kosher? Everything good?
Yeah, man. I'm just upset about the little daddy ball that's been going on this weekend, bro. Oh, God, bro.
We gotta talk about it later. Daddy ball is it's a thing.
For
It gets
real.
toxic.
It is.
Yeah,
real.
helicopter dads is a real thing. KB, what's up with it, man? How's your weekend?
My weekend was good. Just left Tallahassee. Took a cousin back to school. That was it.
You get any
Didn't do nothing else.
anybody mistake you for T-Pain while you was up there? No.
Nah, see,
I do a live show real quick.
in and out, bro.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Treyway, we was together down in Miami. We'll talk about our Miami weekend. We had a beautiful time down there, filming some content. We'll break that down for the audience a little later, what we got going on. But let's tap in with our guests. Let's tap in. Lex the Visionary, a friend of Trey, or social media friend of Trey. I don't want to just make people friends for no reason. Lex, what's up with it? How you doing? Introduce yourself to the audience and to us a little bit. What's up with it?
Yes, what's up, guys? Like you said, my name is Lex Visionary. I am a music artist, singer-songwriter. I can rap as well, but I don't say rapper just because I feel like when you're like a rapper, you're in a different category. So I can rap.
Right.
And then I'm from the DMV originally, specifically Coogee County, Maryland. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for the invite.
So tell the people about your music, where they can find it at. You on Spotify? You on all the DSPs?
Yeah, I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. And I put out an EP last May, so it's almost been a year. So I gotta celebrate that soon. So it's almost been a year.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can find that everywhere. Lex the Visionary, and the EP is called Lotus. It's 4 tracks. I would say alternative R&B in hip hop. I feel like my sound is a little bit nuanced. So yeah, I'm gonna say that. Mm-hmm.
So it's named Lotus, right? Is
Yeah.
that you being from the DMV? Is that like a Wale theme? Is that like y'all just got?
Oh wow.
Lotus Flower Bomb. That's one of my joints, man. Good question.
Yeah, that's about. No, I had no Wale in mind. Shout out to him though when I was coming up with the title of it.
The flower.
Right. Yeah, it's a very deep project for me. It's Lotus came about because Lotus symbolizes a lot of things, but the main thing that stuck out to me was rebirth. And I was going through a time where
Born again. Born again.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Come on, Burn Again. Where I was going through a time where I had to like really do a lot of personal reflection and just express myself in ways that I hadn't before, to just kind of set me free from feeling very pent up and stifled. In the past, I used to be in a lot of different, I guess you could call them situationships that I didn't want to be in. And because I'm very much so like, I like to date and I like to get to know somebody. And I don't know, I really like to look for love and take my time. And I was dealing with people who were just not that way and a lot more casual. And that always kept me in a hurt place.
So you sound like a great contestant for Love is Blind.
I would never. Look, I love that show. Yo, and this season was so messy. And I'm kind of mad at it was as messy as it was because I'm a Virgo and I was doing my little, I was on social media. Shout out Virgo. You're a Virgo too?
What time for the Virgo?
Oh, September or August?
Yeah.
September.
What day?
The last day, 22nd.
Okay, so you barely made about spill your tea.
On September 1st.
Oh, shoot. Okay, 2 for 2. I'm the 11. So, yeah.
Cool.
Nice. Yeah, I'm the 11.
Yeah, y'all talked. She talked about a lot of crazy stuff. Talking about like people paying for cars and tearing up cars and stuff in the first.
Oh, in your situationship, you got people paying for cars in situations.
No,
I think that was the first or second track I heard. I was like, what?
Oh yeah, that was some deep singing, some soulful singing. You brought me back on them tracks. That you got a little pain in there in some of them tracks, and I want to know.
Oh my God, yeah.
Where did some of that pain come from?
It just came from dating guys. I'll be super transparent. Just dating guys who just didn't see my worth or like just value me. Like dating guys who You know, they were irresponsible or they dealt with addiction issues.
Oh,
They
that
weren't
Wow.
aligned
I
in different ways.
Booger Sugar.
new age crackheads.
Definitely, I definitely dealt with that at some
She
point
should
a
have been on
little.
the last show. She,
But it was like a talking thing. Nothing got serious.
okay.
And it was never for too long.
Okay.
And I'm thankful for that because I would definitely not like to be too much sucked into their world like that. But yeah, it was just a lot. And so I just kept just like allowing that in my life when
Mm,
that just wasn't me.
mm.
And I had to start going to therapy because I was just done with it and I was hurt and I was tired of it and I had to
Shout
figure
out
out like
therapy.
what was going on.
Shout out therapy.
So, right. So
I'm
that's how the
I'm
EP started.
I'm telling you, man, we're gonna cast you for Love Is Blind. I'm gonna make a couple phone calls. You perfect.
Please.
You perfect
I
for
don't
it.
I don't take it serious. I can't take it
That
seriously.
Cause think about it. Everything you said, all these guys you met in person were not up to par. What perfect opportunity for you to be behind a wall, get to know the person, connect emotionally, and
Like
then
a
you see them. You know what
sound
I'm
like a
saying?
pen pal. Like
Yeah,
a pen pal type of situation.
yeah, yeah. I
Nah, listen, I can't because it's so quick too. And like I said before, I take my time with people, so I
mhm.
can't just be like getting married to someone in 4 weeks. I
Hey
can't.
man, them connections be strong, man. Sometimes, man, hey, for a
Did you
guy
see
we
this season
yeah, for a guy we know
Yeah,
in the
he
first
don't
30
he
minutes.
deep in his love and blind
Oh, I'm
bag.
in
He
my
don't went
bag.
back
I'm deep in that bag.
to
though?
season
Come
I'm
on,
one.
babe.
I psychoanalyze all of it. I break it down. I told you who was gonna be together and who wasn't.
Who did you and you guessed right? Like
Oh,
you knew it was gonna
oh
be
yeah,
Johnny and Amy at the end?
yeah, yeah. Of course, I already said. I said they was deeply in love. Outside of they couldn't figure out the sex part. They was deeply in love. They was true.
Hmm.
They was true to
Hmm.
it.
Yeah, they're
The
too old
other
to be
people,
not be able to see that
Chelsea,
sex part.
she just settled. She settled when she threw out that Megan Fox. He panicked. He thought he had Megan Fox over
Yeah,
old girl because she heard old
yeah,
girl talking about she like Jim. So we ain't gonna go into that. What you got, Silk? Let's line it up. Let's because we
yeah.
could open up a
Man,
whole can of worms.
no, I'm vibing out, man. I do want to get to her. Y'all having a good conversation about Love Is Blind and finding love. All that's always dope. We're gonna talk about a little bit more of that as we continue to talk. What's your creative process like?
Um, ooh. So I guess it depends on whether I'm working by myself or with a team. So I guess when it comes to the EP, it was with a team of a couple producers and musicians, engineer, who also played as co-writers too. So I really love just just using everybody's strengths. Like if you prove yourself to be just reliable and like good energy, like I'm just gonna leave it to you. Like, okay, like if I come in with a certain emotion and I tell you how I'm feeling and you hear this idea and you're the producer, I'm gonna trust for you to just search through and us to just kind of go back and forth on what feels right and what sounds right for the current moment. So yeah, I love to lean on people. When it comes to writing songs, I like to just play it out and then just come up with melody first. I used to do lyrics first, but when I realized just the over time, as an artist, just the power of melody and how important it is to get that locked down. I do that first, and then I just write out some things. I could be going to the store and like hear something in my head and record it. That happens all the time. The voice notes in my phone are like
So
heavy
you
files.
so usually like when I created my mixtape, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I had a vibe going on. I only listen to this type of music. So So
Hmm.
what was your genre of music to get you into those moments to help you hit those notes? Because we channel whether or not, we get in that vibe and we only want to consume one thing and then we end up
Yeah,
channeling it. So who did you
yeah.
channel? Who were you listening to?
Let's see. Okay, stretch.
Who did you get your strength from?
I think for Uncaged that the bigger like song where you're talking about the which song were y'all talking about earlier with the cars? Are you talking about the second song?
I think so. I think so. You sound like
Because the
Kelly
one with the
Rowland on that.
fire. Did I?
Yeah. You kind
That's
of
very
changed.
interesting. I love Kelly. But so going into my very first session, I channeled, oh my God, I channeled Vic Mensa, his song
Oh,
with Kanye, You Mad? Because I was mad because some stuff went down the night
oh, you reached
before
in the
with the
bag for that
person
one
I
because
was
he does
talking
rock
to.
now. He does rock, so you reach way back for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I reached in there. There was this other artist, and this is group, Brockhampton, I think. They
Yeah,
had
I
them
rock with
have
them heavy. You in that
yeah.
bag. I rock with that. Go ahead, finish your thing. But I love hearing similarities in the algorithms of music. But that's definitely on some of my playlists for sure. Go ahead.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I still want to explore their music a little bit more, but I forgot what the song was in particular, but I just love the production on it and it just suited um just kind of like letting loose with a lot of anger and just getting some things out. So I enjoyed that. So those were the two for at least the first song. Then everything else kind of there was some Tyler the Creator inspiration as well
Oh wow.
for some of it. So I definitely lean towards people who I feel like have really created their own lanes and experiment with music and are more unique in a sense. So yeah.
So when it came to the rap, who was it? Who inspired you? Was it Sexy Red, Rhapsody? Where we going? Who is that rap artist that brought out the
Glorilla,
bars?
Gorilla,
None of them. No shade. I don't listen to them.
Shouty, Sweetie. What's her name? Sweetie.
Oh, oh
So
yeah, big.
no,
Mulatto.
so when it comes to rap, I'm really inspired by a lot of male rappers. My favorite male rapper is Kendrick.
Oh, nice.
Um,
K Dot.
he's my
Okay.
number one. But for that song in particular, it was less about rap style because it was more just about it was more just about like just really wanting to talk my shit and however it came out, it came out.
Yeah.
So like I said, like the main influence for that song was Vic Mensa. Um, it goes dun 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 dun. Ooh, I don't need y'all either. Ooh, don't want to talk about it. So I just wanted to
Unleash
just
on.
be at there we go. I was looking for the word, but that was it. Like I just wanted to go super hard and just however it flowed, it flowed. And of
Yeah.
course, like at the end of the day, structured it too. But that's just what it was for that. Yeah.
So your background includes like piano lessons and church choir involvement and
hmm
whatnot.
hmm
Um, how do them early like musical experience influence your approach?
Oh, my approach. With my approach to how I make things, I really haven't put those two things together, honestly, but definitely being able to hear music and read music, because I took piano lessons for seven
It's a
years,
gift.
classically trained. Definitely, and my mom, she kept me in it, because after the first 3 years, I definitely wanted to be like, I'm tired of practicing, da, 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 but she's like, no, you need to do this. Y'all know Arthur, the show Arthur from back in the day?
Yeah.
And
Oh
how
yeah.
Arthur played piano. That's the reason why I wanted to play because I like that
Okay.
show, and I just wanted to play like Arthur. So not too deep, but I was 6 years old, so that's just what it was. um, but yeah, I guess it just helped me to train my ear to be able to um, put songs together, note choice, and things like that. I don't feel like it really influenced my creative process. Now, maybe with choir, maybe when it comes to layering, I guess, and harmonies a little bit for sure, because I was definitely more so in the background versus having solos because I was too shy at that point. I barely spoke when I grew up. But yeah, because I love layering and playing around with my voice in that way. So.
For
Mhm.
sure.
Let's talk
For
some
sure.
Zodiac stuff. I know we was talking about a little bit earlier. You say you're a Virgo, fellas. I know we got this on the docket, so it's just like coincidental, easy,
Yeah.
easy
Just roll right
transition and
into it.
segue,
Nice.
right? Um, do y'all boys keep up with the Zodiac signs of the women you've dated, and figure out what works for you? Are y'all in that bag at all? I know women do this,
To a
but
certain
I don't know.
extent,
A little
Yeah,
bit.
stay away from them Geminis. They
in
crazy.
general, men or women, right? You just got to stay
Man,
away
they
from them.
crazy, bro. That
Yeah.
man, that you don't know what you gonna get
I don't
with
think
a
I ever
Gemini.
Never dated a Gemini.
I know all the men Geminis. They. I don't think I met a woman Gemini, but I heard the
I
women
love
Geminis are
women
just.
Geminis.
What you say?
I love women Gemini. Sorry to cut you off. Go
Well,
ahead.
that's the Virgo
Because that's a
side
woman.
speaking.
Because I mean, that you're a woman. You don't see that other portion of the Gemini. You're not dating them.
Oh, okay.
You're not dating them. Them.
Well, she might. You don't know.
Oh,
You don't
you're
know.
right. You're right. My bad for
No, I'm
assuming.
straight. No,
Okay.
yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Figuratively
It's the
and literally.
Sagittarius for me.
Speak on it, KB.
Yeah, no,
You said it's
them
what?
Sag, y'all can
He say
keep the
Sagittarius for him.
I'm not really into the signs, but I guess you say sometimes you think about it like, and I done had some terrible sags, bro. Like over 3, ain't no more. It just don't work, bro. Like I don't know if it's a sign thing or what. It just don't work with me and Sag. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but that shit is just a no go.
I'm like, you gotta familiarize me with the month. What month is Sag?
I think that's like end of December, early January, some shit like that.
Never rocked
January.
with Sags before.
You're close. End of November, beginning of December.
Yeah,
Okay.
somewhere up in there.
He didn't even know their birthday, so I know that didn't work out well.
It's too much, boy. I just know December.
I know.
Roll the dice.
Geminis are crazy. Scorpios off the chain.
Oh, they freaks.
They Scorpios, they
freak bull type shit.
Man, they are.
I ain't never got in my bag to know what's what.
Scorpios are a good time.
Like,
yeah, Rayleigh was a Scorpio.
Oh yeah.
Sagittarius, they're different. They hide. they hide. They hide.
Who?
Sagittarius. They hide.
Man.
They hide.
Have y'all dated your own sign before? Like I've had
Virgo is
experience.
like that's the best. That's like dating a genius. It's like
about that
things
part.
are already done for
I don't
you.
know about that.
No,
I don't think I ever dated my sign before, bro.
It's like you know what? It is like y'all meeting each other.
Yeah, that's kind of
like
weird.
two smart people walk in and they already know everything, and everything's already done.
That's where the fight start.
Yeah,
both of y'all think y'all know everything.
No, we do.
Okay. I can see a little battle ensuing off of that. Both of y'all walk into a situation thinking y'all know everything. Then
Shay in the comments said Virgos are emotionless. That's not true. You just don't understand us. We already solved the problem. We knew it. What it is, we knew it was going to happen, and we told you not to do it, and you did it anyway. And so we just go
sweet and low game. Gemini
men are troubled on both sides.
The women are just the same. The women are just the same.
Silk and Trey. What are you guys? I don't know your zodiac signs.
They say
I'm a
Cancer's the
Cancer.
greatest. They say Cancer's the greatest.
One time for them Cancers, baby.
Mike,
yeah, we
Mike
the
in the
shit.
comments say
we the
on
shit.
Facebook say Cancer's the greatest.
Yeah,
Shay
we the
say,
shit, man. Shout out to
I'm
Mike.
scared to name my shit now, boy.
What you is,
What are
Trey?
you?
I'm an Aries.
The fuck is that?
I'm about with y'all.
Yeah, April.
Oh yeah, you rock with me.
Okay, we got some great signs in the room. Period.
I've had some great experiences with Virgos. I ain't gonna lie too, but also my mom is
My
a
mom
Virgo.
is a Virgo, yeah.
Yeah,
So that may
she
be
a
some mom
beautiful,
issue
smart,
type
intelligent woman. I bet she had y'all life already prepared and figured out for y'all. All you
I
had to do
don't
was
know why
listen.
she had to figure it out, but she damn sure tried to have it prepared. She's still trying to have that bitch prepared.
Perfection.
Shout out to mom. She listening to the show.
You mess with a Virgo, it's gonna be
Yeah,
you're
we
gonna
know.
get ready for
Armageddon.
in-depth preparedness.
I got a curse list. Like now that you bring up moms and all that stuff, I got a curse list. She's just on my case this weekend. I love the show, but you cuss way too much. I'm like, Mom, I gotta express myself a little bit. You know, I cut the N word out.
Man,
I'll work on the curse words, but I gotta express myself a little bit.
Bro, on the airport ride back, she said, "You cuss too much," and she was like, "Boy, that boy no first. I don't know about him. He's a black man for Trump. She's like, I can't trust him." She started naming all that the Trump shit you was saying that she ain't like. I was like, "Oh, Mom,
Hey man, that's my dog, man. They try to get my boy fired up. Talking about it's gonna be a bloodbath.
Here you go.
Man, leave my dog alone, bro.
We can't get
That's
into
my
the big
first
T talk yet, man. We'll get into the big T talk. I've had fairly good luck. Like my first long-term relationship was with a mutual sign. Like we had the same sign, and I thought it was like hindsight, looking back at it, when I got into like Zodiacs and figuring out, characteristics and personality traits and all that stuff that may align with some of this. And you have different signs as well. If you get deep into that bag, you have a moon sign, sun, and all type of different signs. It gets deep, but I thought it was like Trey said, it could get toxic if some of the vibes is too similar. I think that was the case, and when I did date the same sign in my experience.
Y'all be on the same BS. You can't get past it. They already see it coming.
Yeah. Like
See,
I
that's the
couldn't
thing
even
with a
cheat
Virgo.
private.
We
I was
already
like, what
we
the
already
hell
know
is
you
going
cheating.
on?
We already know who you cheating with. A Virgo. We
Cheating
map
is
it
not.
out
It's
for
not
you.
cheating is definitely unhonorable. I know we be talking about having fun on here about our past
cheat.
toxicity,
Black
but
men
it's
don't
definitely
cheat.
unhonorable. What's up? You don't cheat?
Black men. Oh no. What's the point?
He said he an Indian.
What's the point? I can just be on my Geo shit. Shout out Geo. What? What? Lex, have you experienced? What was your experience with cheaters?
I've never been cheated on before.
Oh, have you
But did
cheated
that
on
influence
anyone?
your last album?
No.
Okay.
Huh?
Did that influence your last album with the car tearing up and stuff?
What car are y'all? Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. Now see, you
The
don't remember
sound
your own bars.
effects. No,
You
because I
just
didn't mention a car. I know, because I know in the first track it's about there's some flames involved. In the second track, there's like a crash car that happens. But no, I wasn't cheated on. That's not what influenced it. It was just because you can still be done dirty without being cheated on. So it was more so that and yeah, just not being treated well
so.
in general.
What sign was the dude that did the booger sugar, or the one that had the addiction?
He was a Leo.
Yeah, typical. They be crying. They be
Damn.
crying and stuff. They saw Leos
Fuck
be
with Leo.
crying.
Leo.
They got strong. They got stronger.
Whoa,
addictive
whoa,
personalities.
whoa!
What you doing in the Philippines,
Yo,
How did that spin out?
What type of freak bullshit you got going on overseas?
Nah. So, but they got a strong addictive personalities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Strong
So
dick
what was
personality is
what was it?
wild.
That's crazy.
Say it
What
again.
was this drug of choice? Booger sugar or
What
he was out there. He'd be 3 a.m. just calling you, huh? Standing outside in the rain.
No, it wasn't even like
Throwing
that. It
rocks at
was.
the-
No,
Damn, boy.
I won't go too much into it, but just no, he was just, and hashed it out since. That was like 3 years ago at this point, but he was just mad disrespectful just in how he handled things. Like he wasn't the most emotionally mature, um,
You can't
and
be on when you're on cocaine. Did he
yeah.
ever offer you something?
No, because he already knew I wasn't like
Got the
that,
feds
so he
going
never
on? What the
offered.
hell?
Now I'm just intrigued because, like, how did you find out? Did you walk in on him? Because we had this talk last show. We literally talked about cocaine.
Really? I
Yes.
didn't walk in. So so this particular person I used to actually work with. So it was just known within the workplace who
They
did what.
about to arrest dog tomorrow.
Who did what. And so I do remember like hearing about it, but I would notice like signs just from learning, but I just never saw it. But I do remember down the line, when things were more complicated, like I had to drive him home one night.
Oh.
And I was there like kicking it for a second, and I was using the bathroom, and I heard, yeah.
Did he hit the Ric Flair? Woo!
No. But it was, and I said, what the?
Yeah, that was your cue
I
to
gotta
leave.
go. That was my cue to leave. Yeah, I definitely left shortly after that.
Yeah, I want to get back to the question where he asked, "Have you never been cheated on?" Because I know we did a recent interview, and bro was like, "Yo, you never really know like you matured until you gone through like a breakup or been cheated on." And you say you never been cheated on.
Dang, Lex, you a gangster with it. You a gangster with it. She said I never got to that point. I left before that even happened. Right?
I mean, there's been those situations,
But
and
dog could have been
then
good too.
you said what?
Let's see, he might have been good too. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So do they try to come back? If they ain't cheat on you, then do they try to come back?
Oh, he definitely tried to spin the block for sure.
Okay. You
Yeah,
don't do
there's
spin the
definitely
blocks?
been. I have in the past, not him, but I have in the past, but then either it doesn't work out just because I remember one time I tried to spin the block with a dude, and when we were first kicking it, it was cool. Then a year went by, and I was just like, I kind of feel like I didn't really give this a chance. Um, and we tried again, but I just kind of felt like
Oh.
he wasn't giving it attention or me attention that
So you
that
believe
I
in
wanted.
fixing relationships and not changing partners?
You said fixing relationships and not
Yeah.
changing partners?
Yeah. You know how some people be like, man, I just next.
Oh, no, I think if y'all are for me, if I'm really vibing with somebody and then like some things align, yeah, I definitely want to see what's going on with that. But if like a non-negotiable comes up, then it's
Like,
like
like,
like
give me your
like
top three. Give me your top three.
top three non-negotiables. Um I'm so damn. I'm trying to think if I want to say this one, but I might not. Um okay, well I'll start with the easy one. Faith is the easy one for me. The
Okay.
faith's got to be aligned for sure because I want kids and I want us to raise our kids the same faith wise. If we don't, it's not going to work out.
Wayne said
Um,
hygiene got to be one of them.
oh, of course. That's not like I have my top five non-negotiables because
Okay.
I had to narrow it down. But yeah, people, you gotta be right with that. If not, I don't know what's going on.
And you based out of where?
I'm in Atlanta.
So no download man, right?
No
That's
shit,
that should
not
be
that
your
I
top.
know of.
No, I'm
Shit.
saying that should be the top
Oh.
non-negotiable.
I never thought of, but I mean, of course, yeah, I couldn't. Oh, I told myself one time, like, I wouldn't want my, and no disrespect, but I wouldn't want who I'm with to be bisexual.
Mm.
So when it comes to well, I don't think we even discussed what brought you to Atlanta. Was it the music scene or whatnot? But I also want to ask. I know when we had Randy, a mutual friend, on the show, she
Hmm.
talked about she had mixed emotions about the dating scene in Atlanta. She was like, it's hot and cold sometimes. What's your experience with the dating scene in Atlanta? Are you uh,
Yeah, I mean, like with my experience, it hasn't been fruitful, really. I had a pretty good relationship last year, I will say, my best. He was originally from Jersey, and that
Mm.
was cool. Um, but I just find myself like coming across guys who just aren't serious. Like
Would you
I'm a
let them?
lover girl,
Would you go to
so
Cheesecake Factory?
I would
Would you
go to
go?
Cheesecake Factory. That's funny. I would go to Cheesecake Factory.
Is
My
$20 enough for a date? If I send you $20 for lunch, is that good enough?
send me $20 for lunch. Is that good enough?
Yeah.
Uh, I would feel like that's like kind of like the minimum you need for lunch these days.
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah.
Lex, what's been your I want to work the docket as much as we can. I don't want to interview you the entire time and just be hammering
Yeah,
you with
yeah.
questions. So I want to work the docket and we just talk like some topics
Come
and
on,
vibe a
Doc.
little bit. But we had a conversation on here before about women age difference, women maturing faster than men possibly. My take is in like certain different areas that women mature possibly faster than men. But has the age demographic of the guys you've been dating around your age group, and have you have any experience dating older guys? Like, what's your experiences in that realm?
So, okay, repeat that. So, what has been my experience dating guys within my age range and then beyond, like older?
Correct.
Um, I would say within my age range, I'm trying to think. I've been trying to date older. I've been trying to date older just because I kind of feel like these days, because I've been like trying to do online dating again and like trying to meet people in person. It's just kind of like
Get a Costco card.
Costco card. Wait, what does that mean?
It's an old joke.
You prefer Costco or Sam's Club?
Oh, wait. I've never heard this before. Oh, shoot. Sam's Club is from back in the day. I don't shop it either.
Oh, okay.
My bad. I didn't mean
I
to throw
don't,
you off. You can go ahead and finish.
no. I definitely want to know what that means. Um, but yeah, these days, guys in my age range, it just kind of just doesn't feel like, again, it's just a very like casual mindset towards like dating, and I'm not in a rush to get married or any of that stuff, but I do like intentionality, and I feel like I don't find that as much. And to be honest, in Atlanta, even like seeking older, like I still haven't dated much older than me yet. I've been trying to tap into that, like, because I'm 29, so I'm trying to like I'll go up to like 38 or something like that.
Okay.
But I haven't experienced older men enough to really speak on that yet.
It's life
So
changing.
credit
Credit score go up.
score.
You
Well, I
gotta be
credit
in bed
score
All
by
this
pretty
is
9:30.
good,
alleged.
so that would be
Everything's
great.
alleged.
Nova getting his sugar daddy bag.
Nah, I'm just reading the comments. Wayne says she doesn't sound like she's overly demanding or full of herself. That's good. See, you're making an impression. You seem humble and down to earth. They say.
I am. I try to be. I mean, that's just yeah, naturally how it goes. I think I think everybody should really focus on grounding themselves and understanding just where they are and with the person and understanding what brings somebody substance versus what doesn't. And a lot of people I feel like can be full of that in their heads without doing the proper self work and self reflection to really bring something to the table. So
Yeah.
What do you do
Yeah,
to
no
ground
doubt.
yourself?
what I do to ground myself?
Yeah.
Oh, what I do to ground myself?
Sage. She used
Hmm?
sage. You use
Sage?
sage.
My mom texted me not too long ago, like, don't burn sage. That's not, oh God. That's how my mom is though. But
Virgo?
being a Virgo, what, my
Yeah.
mom?
Yeah. What's your mom's
My
sign?
mom's a Sag. My mom's a Sag. Um, but how do I ground myself? I just make sure that I stay around authentic people.
Yeah.
I really discern just my relationships with people, just friendships, like any type, because I can't just have anybody in my inner circle. I feel like most people should be like that, and I hope people are, but I'm really careful with that because I don't want nothing negative or whatever to rub off on me. I have like spiritual mentors in my life, just people in my life who ground me as well. Um, and I think those are the two main things. Just being careful of my surroundings and who I attach myself to be honest.
Let's shift. Let's shift a little bit. I went to a funeral this weekend.
Come on, funeral. No.
Yeah, funerals
Sorry.
could be a vibe, especially if it's a full life. Like if the funeral is a celebration, and the funeral we went to this weekend was a old friend, childhood friend of ours, damn near like family. His mom passed away, but she was in her 70s. So that's like in my opinion, that's a full life.
Mhm.
Her legacy is pretty substantial in the community and whatnot. So it was pretty dope. But we done on this show in the past, just like will stuff, like little things you would want to leave in your will, how you want your homegoing services to be. You guys have any preferences or how you want that to be, or any pet peeves from past
Live in
funerals?
trust. Live in trust. And I gotta have a second line at mine. You gotta be turned up. But I'm gonna have a live in trust. Live in trust lays out everything. Lays out who gets what for generations beyond you forever, basically. Um, that's the best asset, and it can't be challenged. It's hard. You can't challenge because it's an estate. And the taxes, if you own property, if you own things, the beneficiaries of it don't get taxed. It just rolls over to the estate. So they're beneficiaries of the estate. So it never changes hands or anything like that. That's the benefit of it. If you get a will, people can contest the will. You know, they can lock it up in court for years to come. If you have those type of items, people can be petty and everything. So definitely, I would say get a living trust, especially if you're actively engaged in acquiring assets. Get a living trust.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. I agree. Make sure that all your finances and everything is in order. After attending that funeral, what I thought was one of the things that stood out to me personally was they prepared the family for what was going to happen, and they made sure that people down the line was able to take care of X, Y, and Z. So, making sure that you prepare your family. Don't just like you can have all this stuff in line, but if your family don't know how to execute the plan, and then everyone is just like scrambling. So I thought that was pretty unique, where everyone was kind of briefed on, expectations of what's going to happen. It was a lot of celebration. Like her from testimonies, it sounded like everyone was like in great spirits every time they walked in. She still had a smile, made sure like she gave good positive energy. And my boy D1, he was like, "Yo, what stood out to him was she wasn't afraid of death.
Mm-hmm.
And she wanted to make sure that like, hey, look, like I did my part." And his words was now is our time to go ahead and move on to legacy. So I think making sure like, yeah, you can make sure your finances are intact, but making sure like everyone's equipped to handle the plan, because a lot of times when funerals and deaths and stuff like that happen, you can have everything in order, but if the people on the other side are not briefed on what you had in mind, then it can go awry. So
That's what you can have it spelled out in the living trust. But also, if they have a GoFundMe for me, it's fake. It's a fake. Don't believe the GoFundMe if I'm dead. Don't believe the GoFundMe. They
Yeah, I'm
scamming
like,
y'all.
yeah, like from the benefits and all of that, assets, all of that. Yeah, you got to have that in order. That's pretty much like just contracts and wills and trust and all of that stuff. But from the ambiance, the service, like, what are y'all expectations? Like,
Oh,
I'm
second
not, I'm
line.
not traditionally, I'm not like a traditionalist. I don't want to be in a church per se. I don't want my body in a casket, like things like that. I want to like do. I want a celebration. I don't know if I want to be buried at a cemetery. I don't know. Like, when the last time y'all visited a cemetery? Do y'all visit
I don't
cemeteries
go.
to
I
see y'all
don't go
people?
to visit cemeteries.
Yeah, see, I don't want to be a lot of the traditional ways of like my ancestors and some family have been buried. I don't want to participate in. And every time I go to a funeral, I'm reminded of that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think this was a sad funeral, but like the church setting, the casket, like all of that stuff, I think it could be more celebratory in a different setting. I want my joint not in a club, but like rent a venue, give me a couple of DJs. I want to line out who I want to speak at my funeral. That way things are in order and fly things are said,
Yeah.
Decent in order is a Bible scripture that was often quoted when having this service that we was at this weekend. So everything decent in order, but I don't want Shirley Caesar song. Like that ain't what I listen to. That won't be true to who I am. So I don't want them up there with the choir. I like, no, play me some big. I already told my daughter I want Juicy. Like, play that joint. I don't care if it curse. Whoever they're there, they just got to hear it.
all right.
Fuck all you hoes, get a grip. That's the first line. Like we we finna have a party. It's finna be a vibe. I got a whole playlist. I might just leave my Spotify playlist for everybody to vibe out, but it's gonna be a vibe. I don't want it to be sad. At any age I die, it's gonna be full for me because I live this shit to the fullest. So like celebrate it to the fullest, celebrate who I am, do shit I like, eat the food I like, etc.
man.
That's my vibe.
I think the funeral game has changed a lot. You know what you're saying is what's happening. A lot of these dudes or a lot of people are going they going on in their Chevy. I seen the dude in his Chevy and dressed up in clothes. Like, it's just a lot of wild things going on. I think as the older people die off, the traditions change. All the in the church things and all the Shirley Caesar songs. That's not what's happening
The past
anymore.
3 to 4 I done been to them, all the motherfuckers been. I don't mean to
But
cut.
there's probably an
All of
older crowd of people leaving too.
No,
You know, it's
no,
not a
my
younger
boy,
generation.
he
Like,
about my
I
age.
mean,
Pop himself.
right
Put
here in
me in
West
a
Palm Beach, I done seen them set up the dude in his car and then drove him in the trailer. Like, it's just all type of wild things going on. But I just know the funeral game is changing. People,
put me in the horse
director,
and carriage.
yeah,
Ride
I
me
done seen
down
that
Third
too.
Street. Ride me
That's the
down
people
Third Street,
doing
all the way to the village.
the ones who
Take me to the
owning the
village.
funeral home. They becoming younger.
Mhm.
They're just more creative with things now. They're getting out of the church. They're doing different venues. Like, it's happening. Still,
Have you seen that happen though personally?
Nah,
yeah, I
it's
done
definitely
seen
a
a
thing
few.
down here. Like the Chevys,
Yeah,
Y'all seen
the
that?
horse and carriages. Yeah,
yeah, bro.
South Florida's a different world, bro. It's I
Nah,
wouldn't want to
Louisiana
be in
do.
a
It's a
Chevy.
party. It's a party for our
Dude
funeral
was
in
in the
Louisiana.
Lamborghini.
Yeah,
I
for
done
sure.
seen all this, bro. This not made up. This is really what's happening.
We're in a
They
different
having
planet down here
parties.
too. Like South Florida's a
Oh my
different world
God.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen a lot of that. You know, it depends, especially with the youth passing away. I mean, we overdo it. Our culture been overdoing it for proms and all of that type of stuff. So, you know, seeing kids getting in Lamborghinis at 17, 16 years old to go drive to a prom, like
It's
that
crazy.
is outlandish and wild. So, yes, people are doing that, but a lot of the funerals that I'm going to, it's just been very traditional, and I'm not knocking it. It's just not what
Right.
I would want, how I would want to go out. What you got in mind, Lex? You got anything you want sung, vibes?
I haven't fleshed that out, but I just know that I want people to wear color and jewel tones. Don't come in black. I don't want
I
that.
like that. I like that too. I don't want people in dark black colors. You know, get floral. You know,
Get loud, get bright, get all that stuff. Because I definitely do want to take more of a celebration approach as
Don't put me
well.
on no
So
t-shirt. Don't put me on no t-shirt either.
They're gonna put you on a big white tee.
Don't put me on no
And
t-shirt. Don't
they
put me
tall
in no
tee.
clouds.
Yeah, they're gonna put them
None
on
of
a big
that.
white tee.
put that boy on a tall
Ride
tee,
me,
man.
ride me
He
down
said
Third, bumping boosted, bro.
he said he want a horse to take him. That horse ain't got GPS. These
I want
motherfuckers
two
ain't gonna know where to take him.
Clydesdales, and I want to go
I
down
know my
from Third.
I know my
Bennett Street.
demographic wearing t-shirts.
Nah, don't.
No, you cannot. My shit definitely got a dress code. You cannot
Yeah,
come in
don't
here
you
wearing
come to my
t-shirts.
shit with a big white tee.
No, wear the t-shirt to the funeral, but
Boot
I know
cut.
they're gonna have t-shirts made.
Don't put me no cardboard cutout. None
Don't
of
make
that,
me no
man.
t-shirt.
Just ride me down Third Street,
Yeah.
bro.
Cardboard
Second line.
cutout. What the hell, y'all have cardboard cutout?
Yeah, they have like
I've
life
never
size
seen that.
cardboard cutout of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that
So
was
people
at,
can take pictures with them like that at the club. They'd be like this.
At
yeah,
their funeral?
Kira cousin had
Yeah.
that.
I was about to
Yeah,
say,
they're
didn't
doing
Bono
that.
have one?
They do
Yeah,
that
I
in
don't know
Louisiana.
about that.
Yeah,
Oh God.
I would have to put y'all on. I'm gonna put that in my will. Any motherfucker put a cardboard cutout of me, put them on the FBI watch list.
I'm gonna just start a GoFundMe for Trey.
I just know the funeral is lit now.
And fish
the
plates.
younger generation.
And y'all better share some good. You know what's good though? I ain't gonna even lie. We talk about what's not traditional, getting away from traditional, but we can't lose these traditions. That funeral cake, that
Funeral
lemon
cake.
pound cake. You know that
Good.
lemon pound cake they put in that
Funeral
napkin.
cake?
That funeral cake be off the
Everybody's your
chain.
funeral gonna have high
I think this
cholesterol.
just
And-
this is your funeral. Everybody
And
gonna be
the
in the
fried
casket with your
chicken,
ass
the
next
fried
week.
chicken for funerals,
Yeah.
that repast, fried chicken be busting. So bring that.
You go to the
And the
funeral
funeral cake.
repast, right? And then the food be stuff that put the person at the funeral in the casket. That what I be like what's going on? We got hog and everything. We got
We gotta
fried.
make
We got
we gotta
pound
make sure he
cakes.
good up there. He
And
gotta
then
have
Big
somebody
Mama
going with
just
him.
died, or your auntie just died from a heart attack, and you got all the stuff that they died
High
of at the
cholesterol
repast.
and
Hey, do you want to
Facts.
do?
and you just
Listen, you don't want to do
eating
the
that way.
afterlife by yourself, so you need some people lining up to come
Nah,
visit you.
One of my requirements is though, I do want to have like I'm gonna stage that too when I'm getting like close to that age, close to that time. Y'all got to do like a pastor tryouts.
A pastor tryout?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
don't
want
no
that
pastor.
fire.
Hey, I gotta have a fire pastor to deliver that.
Man, bring
Deliver that
DJ
gospel.
Drummer to mine. Book DJ Drummer. I need
gotta
somebody to come here and talk
Somebody
that
DJ.
shit.
No, I don't want. I'm not,
You feel me, KB? Get DJ Khaled. Book
Yeah,
somebody.
no,
yeah,
I don't
get
want.
somebody.
Them niggas, they
Yeah.
probably been to Diddy parties. I want anybody who ain't never been to a Diddy party to come do my shit. Like know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want that fire. I want that fire preacher up there, man. You know
I
what I'm
want,
saying?
I
That
want, I
boy say,
want DJ Sam Sneed, bro. Bring me
Give me
the
Sam
crib.
Sneak. I'll take Sam
Yeah,
Sneak
bring me
too. Give me
Sam
a
Sneed. I
DJ. I
need
need
the
a DJ
crib,
hype.
bro.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah,
fucks with the DJ, bro.
Speed that shit up a little bit. Get that little
yeah,
Dade kind of
yeah.
brow kind of
I
bounce
want
to
them
it.
to be
Boom.
juking in
Yeah,
there. You feel
hey,
me?
yeah.
Thinking
you
it
better
about.
not let nobody freestyle at my funeral either. I seen that where they walk up there, they doing the little pop locking dancing and freestyling. Man, don't
Man,
do that.
shit. Man, I don't
I
know.
jump
Book
up out that
Kodak for my
casket.
shit too. I wouldn't mind Kodak getting up there singing
He ain't
Tunnel
gonna be. He
Vision or
ain't gonna
something
be
like that.
alive. He ain't
Don't
gonna be
speak
alive.
like that. Don't speak like that about Brother Yak, man. Don't speak
That's got
about.
a problem
Let's
with
stay
Yak.
positive.
I in my tradition, I project you living longer than Kodak. Well, I hope so.
Man, that's cold. I hope. I wish.
Yeah, what the
Ain't getting
hell?
I
no
wish
Nobody else,
long
nigga. I ain't
life
gonna say
and
my brother gonna
prosper.
die before that, nigga. What the fuck?
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
I
right.
understand
You're
where
right.
you're coming from.
All
It's
right.
not touching in on it. I'm listening.
Yeah, I wish long life on everybody.
Me
Shoot
too.
them dice. Hey, I want a
100%.
dice game in the back in the kitchen. I want a dice game going on in the back in the kitchen though at my funeral though.
Okay.
Gotta have that. Just make sure my Uncle Luke
Well, they
ain't
might
there
as well just put
because he
you
gonna
out in
steal
front
from
of a
everybody.
corner store.
Yeah, I told you, take
I'll
me to
make
the
that
hood.
description.
She say
Okay.
she want Lil Chat from Memphis. Chi Chi say she want Lil Chat from Memphis to be at
Lex, what's your definition of love?
My definition.
Everybody.
Where'd
What's
that
your?
come from?
It's just shit on our. We got
He
a
said,
note.
let me just.
We got a notepad. I like to keep it different and keep the vibes flowing. You know, let the conversation flow a little bit. We just had a good. The funeral talk was fire. I think everybody should like responsibly have their affairs in order. Nobody wants to talk about death, right? And the perfect transition is talking about love after
Yeah.
death and a little bit of life, but nobody wants to talk about death. People really don't want to prepare for it because it's an eerie feeling, like of
Yeah.
what happens when I'm not here. But you got to do the tough shit and have your family and affairs in order. So y'all make sure y'all got that. Get a will, get a living trust, all of that. Even if you 25, who gives a shit? Like, be prepared because people die at 25, people die at 19. Like, if you got the funds or whatever and could jot down your stuff and have your family prepared for your wishes, then definitely do so. But everybody's definition of love, I know we talked about it lightly on here before with just the dudes, no woman presence or perspective. What's your definition of relationship love? I know family love, mom, dad is a little different.
Yeah. Oh my God. Um, I guess when I think about relationship love, I think about true commitment. And not a lot of people are just willing to evolve and go through that. And wrap their heads around that. I think it has to do with a lot of grace. I think it has to do with a lot of understanding and like willing to go through the trials because that's the real tester of it. And like some people are afraid of that and they want it to be like a rom-com or sometimes and that's just not the reality. So I think when I think relationship love, I think true commitment, I think true understanding, and I think understanding to not just get a person's side, but also just who they are, what their love languages are, and growing with them along the way. That's what I think about relationship love, for sure.
Well, you growing up, did you get to experience and witness love in that capacity?
So my parents are still together.
Dope.
They have been married since '89, so like 35 years coming up.
Oh,
So
let's
I'm
go.
What's
blessed.
up? What's up?
Let's
That's what's
go.
up. Shit.
Yeah, so
That's a
I'm
great
blessed to have
foundation
them.
right there.
Yeah, I just um when I look at my parents though, like I applaud them for their commitment to each other, but I guess to um that understanding bit and that like I guess just keeping the spark within it, I definitely feel like I wish I could have seen that, just like seeing my parents, show affection more. But also just naturally, I think they're not as affectionate from just what I see. That's just how they operate. Um, but yeah, that's the side I wish I could have seen, and definitely what I want to infuse in my future marriage, and
I
just in
like it.
relationships in general. I like to be affectionate, so.
I think that's very key. I try to find the because my parents been together 42 years. I just always go by my brother age.
Damn, Trey,
Got
that's
you.
yeah. I always go by my brother age to kind of
Trey
know
old as
like,
fuck.
Yeah, we're a year
hey
apart.
man, you
So
either get older or you die. That's
yeah.
the options, bro. Like everybody got a birth date, and there's no such thing as old age. This is a new age to me. Shit, I ain't
Talk that shit, Silk.
Oh,
Silk done dipped out on us.
he done
It looked
did.
like he froze.
But
Oh yeah. I guess he was trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? You old as fuck too.
now my parents would have been married. If my mom was still alive, they got married in what 73? Somebody good with math?
Yeah.
Somebody good with math?
73,
So
so
they've been like
50,
51 years right now. They'll be
51.
coming up
Yeah.
on 51 years, yeah, in the
Woo.
game. And it's like I look up to elder people, older couples. They have different ways of showing their affection and their love for each other. And not everybody is just outright and open. They're just in sync with each other, right? They just evolve around each other. So we don't see it, but their love language is completely different because it was a different era. Different
Oh,
era.
yeah.
So they wasn't real vocal and outspoken like this generation where we're outside holding hands doing PDA and we're posting on social media, whereas their generation it kind of was shunned, the PDA and the holding hands out in public. It's just they wanted you to be you know proper, but nevertheless they still love each other. They did something right. They're still together and they still going, so
What's your
there's some
definition of it?
affection there. So some
Mm-hmm.
love and affection there. It's just at a different level. So
So what would you
first,
say your definition of it?
my last name,
Oh, that's it.
gangster. Nah, it's different, man. It's hard to like love is just something totally hard to describe, bro. It's more of a essence, more of a feeling. I feel like when you're in it. It's just like the way you treat the other person, the way you talk to them, the way the tone is. Um, like I believe that if you love somebody, you use your words wisely when you talk to them. You're not into that name calling. If somebody's name calling, they don't love you. They don't love
I
you. They're not
disagree
there
when
yet.
you say, I'm sorry, I disagree when you say that love is always is a feeling. I feel like
actions.
that love is a choice thing, because that same feeling, it's gonna go up and down from day to day, and that's why I go back to commitment. Like even on a day where I may not be rocking with you like that, but I
Mm-hmm.
chose to be with you and I chose to tie myself to you. I feel like that's when you can really see a person's love, because feeling is so fleeting
Yeah,
for
but he
me.
No,
also
it
said it.
Sure.
He also said it's like a mixed bag, and
yeah.
I agree. Like, cause you definitely gotta have like, there's definitely feelings got to be attached with it, and then I also agree. Like you said, a lot of words as well. Um, and I think a lot of people don't look at to it like the for better or for worse part of love. Like
Unconditional, man.
like
Yeah.
it is unconditional. Like you gonna go through some shit, and sometimes when you was in that whole lovey-dovey phase, you haven't experienced it and you wasn't equipped for it, and you just can't just like, all right, fuck this bitch or fuck this nigga, I'm done. You got to be able to stick through some shit and go through some real shit and be like, you know what? Even though we don't agree with this, even though we don't not on the same page, I still love you, and we're gonna figure this shit out because there's something there. I think a lot of times people just quit too soon, and that's just
I think love is conditional. I know people say unconditional love, and I think that probably flows
No,
in like the mother son perspective. It probably flows and is more suitable in father son, all that type of stuff, and like your siblings, brother, sister, and even that comes with conditions. Like you got to treat me a certain way. I still love you, but as a brother, in those type of, that's why I say like in a relationship it's different. It's not a lot of blood relations there. And if you treat me a certain way, then I might cut that love off. I've done it in the past. I've loved people and loved women that I had to cut off because the conditions wasn't suitable for my happiness. Right. And if the conditions ain't flowing and I'm not in a happy space, I can't continue to, unless it's change behavior, it's actions that change. Then, the conditions, they matter to me. You know what I'm saying? I just can't flow with, yeah, we'll work this thing out and figure it out.
But I think in a marriage, if both
as
parties are fighting to be together, I think that's if both.
that's a big if. If is the biggest 2-letter word in the world. Because how hard are you fighting if the conditions aren't right? Like that's what I'm saying. Like if you're not like taking out the time to
have you
emotionally.
Loved someone? And how
What was
hard have you loved someone? And how hard would you fight for that person you love? Like I don't think
Depends on the conditions. It depends on the conditions. Like, if I find out, okay, like this is just me getting like totally great. But if I find out you slept with one of my partners, like, bro, those are crazy conditions, and I'm not about to show back up and we work this out. No, I'm out.
But that's not.
I can't work through those conditions.
That's love. Love is to me. If I say I love you, I always love you. Right? That don't mean I gotta be with you. I still love you. I still wish you well and want to see you.
Yeah, you can
well.
love a person and not be in love with a person. I just think those are two different things. I think love, like all of y'all are hitting on what love can possibly be. Love can only mean what it means to you. So everybody take is what they believe. And I think that love is more of like Silk said, it's an action, but it's also a feeling. So I don't think none of y'all are saying anything wrong, but I think I can love someone and not be in love with them. Like I've been with it. Like I might have love for an ex. Hey, I loved you, and we're not got nothing going on. It's nothing, but I'm not in love with that person.
You got any ex you still love?
I don't think so. I just care for them.
Anybody got an ex they still love on here?
I gotta live here, Trey.
There's no.
I gotta
what
live
I'm
here.
saying is, it sounds good in theory, like you always love somebody, but that's just not the case. I had some people that I really love.
I was thinking in
I still got love for them.
In regards to like a marriage type situation, and we was talking about commitment. I was thinking in that situation, not like boyfriend girlfriend type deal.
I get it.
Even in marriage, like you could divorce somebody. That means you still gonna love that person. You know, like
you might care for them,
like wish them the best. But love, like, because I still think love isn't absent. Like to love somebody, you got to be communicating with them. You got to be talking with them. If they're just on the other end of the earth and you're in your world, like no, y'all don't even really know what's going on in each other's lives to really love each other. You wish the best for them, don't wish anything negative. But I don't, and I'm with you. I think it's definitely a feeling, but those feelings come with conditions. It's the unconditional part where I have the difference at, right? Like the feelings, like I'm gonna feel a certain way about you by how you treat me. You know what I'm saying? So it does just come with conditions, in my opinion, because everybody should have terms and conditions. When you sign up to these apps, when you buy anything, it comes with terms and conditions. Life, everything should come with terms and conditions. You got to treat me a certain way to get the love from Corey. If not, if you ain't treating Silk, Corey, whichever y'all want to call me, you ain't treating me right, it will be ignorant and me and a lack of self-love for me to keep loving you and you not loving me back properly. You know, and that's what a lot of unhappiness come from.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like DJ Nova Fresh, you're a 2-time MVP.
Yeah.
Divorcee. Do you still love your baby mamas?
I love my baby mama. I never let her go. But she's the mother of my kids, so I gotta have love for her. You know what I'm saying? There's no qualms. Whatever happened with us happened. You know what I'm saying? But we are healthy and good for the kids. We're adults, so we understand that. Hey, we had this issue between us, not the children. I still love you. I still want to see you do well. I don't want nothing happening to you because we got kids to raise. Right. Hell, I can't handle them by myself. They need a mama.
No, you made sense. You talking with sense.
They need a mama.
We was talking about PDA. What's y'all public display of affection for those that are not like in tune with that type of, the abbreviations and whatnot. What's y'all take in y'all personal life? Y'all how y'all
ladies first.
Yeah.
I like PDA as long as
we know y'all do.
As long as it's not ferocious.
Ferocious.
What's ferocious?
What's
ferocious? I like that ferocious PDA. That's me. Like, that's grope.
Yeah, big grope.
Let's make out like we 12.
I just remember I was talking to this one dude a couple years ago, and we had just come from seeing a movie.
The portable.
Yeah.
And we had just come from seeing a movie, and it was late at night, and we were like making out against my car and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
it was
that's the
like
shit I'm
getting
on.
heated and stuff. And then I told him because I saw kids. I saw like kids and like with
In
the
his
parent
car?
coming out.
Oh,
Huh?
no.
You said what?
Oh, in his car?
No, it was outside the car. It was outside of my car. Um, and so I saw kids coming up on the side, and I was like, "They're kids," da, 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 da. And he said, "Fuck them kids," and then he just
Facts.
kept going. And
I'm
I
gonna
They
said,
fly
need
"Yeah,
to
him
see
okay,
back.
what
cool,
they
not
need to
so
Spin the
see
much."
block on
this.
old boy. Old boy get it.
They need to see this.
Yeah, kids know what time it is. They want some too. They just ain't
I
old enough
don't
for it yet.
see what's going on. Not from the kids like that. So
Okay.
that's what I mean by ferocious. I'm just like we can keep it cute, like, and we can have a moment, but like let's not do too much, especially for the kids. Like I don't.
Well,
Yeah.
that's how they got to know
I
what love
agree.
is.
Can he? Would you allow double hand grab on the
Oh,
backside
talking
in
about
front of kids?
ferocious here.
Yeah, that's
From
that's. Is that
no, it was just
acceptable?
like, well,
It better
that's
be.
fine. It's just like we were like really, it was getting heated, and nobody was around because it was late at night. But then the kids came up, and he
Kids should
didn't.
have been in bed.
But
They were
okay,
coming from the movie.
okay. So what if you let's go. What if you're married? Would you want? You said earlier that you wished your mom and dad would have been more affectionate around you. So if you have kids, would you want your kids to see the PDA, the butt smacking, the butt grabbing, the tonguing mom every
What
now
the
and
hell
then?
y'all got going on in your
No,
house?
I'm just saying. Would you want? Is that acceptable? Sign
That's
of
a good
PDA?
question. I like how you brought that back around. I wouldn't want to see uh my parents get crazy like a make out like that or like a no,
Dry
just
hump?
like just a
No.
little bit more like, smooches or like hugs or like holding hands in public.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. Let's
So
keep
no
it
booty
cute.
smacking. Your man can't smack your booty in front of
Nova
the
done
kids.
walked in on his parents. I can tell.
Nah, I heard him when I was in the bathroom.
I've never thought about that,
Traumatic.
but maybe like not just as long as it's not excess. I don't think a couple times would be bad.
Okay. Okay.
Something wild and crazy. Like
What's
I'm,
your
KB, what
PDA bag, KB? What's your PDA bag?
Me, I'm
Cocoa meal.
I'm goofy, so I can get away with a lot of shit that other folks probably won't. But I'm just goofy. I would like to play, so I grabbing ass. I'm grabbing waists.
You
I'm
doing it at the
playing.
cookout and shit though? Like what's your bag?
No,
Like
it's a place. I guess I don't know. Depends on who I feel looking. I
Poetic
don't think it's
Justice, Cousin Lucky. You know they was
like
watching they
at
watching
the family
Tory.
reunion. Maybe you
Yeah.
just behave a little bit. But if I can sneak one in on the slide, I'm gonna do me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna enjoy myself. It's
Yeah,
just who I am.
in my experience, I rocks with PDA, but it gotta
Me too.
be like when you in that it depends on who you with as well, because you don't want to
Yep.
be touching and grabbing on her and she feels uncomfortable. But preference wise, like definitely, like I think it's as long as it's like she said, it's not ferocious, but it's out of
Mhm.
love, little pecks, a little walking by, tapping on the ass, just like like just keeping. Because I don't think affection and even like sexual energy begins soon as you enter the bedroom or jump on the bed. It should be like throughout the day, and
Yeah.
throughout just life, on affection
right.
and all of that. And how else? I think through like words, PDA, body language, all of that creates that energy and keeps the relationship fresh, and keep that spark in it. But it has to be a mutual thing. And sometimes being with women that aren't affectionate could be a whole different
It's a
bag, man.
whole.
If you're
Yeah,
an
it is,
affectionate guy,
dog.
It's a
right?
killer. It's a killer because as
Don't
man,
set yourself up.
you want. I feel like if a
They're
man,
common though. You saying that, KB? But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut
Hmm
you off,
no,
DJ Nova.
No,
But
they
like,
real coming, bro.
it's very common for women not to be affectionate, and we'll speak on a little bit more of that. But go ahead, my bad, Nova.
no, it's speaking of what KB said, it's like men, we are touchy feely with our women. We want you to know that we want and desire you, and when
Right.
you reject those things, then you turning off that switch, and he might not be there for much longer.
The new McCrispy Strip is here. Dip approved by ketchup, tangy barbecue, honey mustard, Sprite, McFlurry, Big Mac sauce, double dipped in buffalo and ranch, more ranch, and creamy chili McCrispy Strip Dip. Now at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
He won't look at you the same. He'll walk past you. No more touches and all this.
Man, that ass still there. I don't know what you talking about.
Yeah,
I might still grab it.
It's still there. But I'm
if she's rejecting, I'm saying if she's
like
rejecting you and don't want you to touch her and all that stuff, man, that's a turn off.
He ain't. Hey, what the fuck? Rejecting?
We're not
I don't see that as rejecting per se.
I'm gonna say, like, I
just
guess
doesn't like
I don't know
PDA.
about as far as the rejecting, but you do get the women that be like, "Oh, don't do that." But I'm gonna do me anyway. I'm a goofball, so it's gonna happen no matter what. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. But like on what you were saying, if she not into it and it's like a big issue, I'm probably just gonna, because I only me can control my own happiness. I'm gonna get up out of there. I'm not gonna force no happiness. Like, this what I want. This what I like to do. And like Silk say, I'm into the it leads up. Bitch, I text you all day, silly ass, wild shit. Just to keep you, hey, I'm trying to get home to it. But if you're not into it and not feeling it when I get home, it's just like, the fuck? Like, I'm not setting myself
Your work
up
wife
like
like
it.
Yeah, work wife like all the affection.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I was just saying and everything.
Yeah, Chef KB, can you plate this up real quick?
Yeah.
No, I'm fraternized, bro.
Yeah, the waitress be coming through with that. Let me shut up. My bad.
She got a whole steak in the back.
Yeah, no fraternizing.
Garlic butter sauce.
I think
Throw
what
some parsley on that bitch.
I think what we're all trying to say is, like, some women like could be affectionate and they want affection, but just at home. We're talking about public display of affection. So they may be uncomfortable with, people seeing them get groped a little bit and them kissing in public and all of that stuff. But at home, they may get affectionate. I was talking about like just no affection altogether. Then that becomes a huge.
Why we even here? I'm out.
At home, affection is acceptable. If they don't want it in public, all right, at the crib, that's cool.
Right.
It's there. Like, the affection is there. The buildup is there. But if it's none at all, like, it's just not my bag, bro. It's just weird. I can't do it.
I ain't gonna be there for much longer. I can tell you that now. If we ain't got no,
I'm gonna get up out of there too.
I'll tell you what.
Go ahead and talk to Brenda at work.
Brenda is an old ass name. She's probably like 67.
That's an old lady name for real.
Brenda, who the hell looking at a baby, a cute ass little baby, and like, let me name it Brenda. Nobody. That's a retired name for sure.
He and his old lady bag. Hey,
make sure Lex, your mom named Brenda? I don't want to. I don't want to offend somebody. You got an auntie named Brenda. Like, that's my luck. Like, you got
Bernice.
Yeah.
Bernice.
Bertha.
Oh God.
They're about to start having grandmother's name Brittany now. That's crazy. You think about it.
Oh yeah.
It's about to be some Brittany's and
nobody call their grandma by their first name, no. So it's just Nana.
Lufa, Big Lufa.
Once you get to a certain
Grandma
age,
Lufa.
Nana.
It's about
Mercedes.
to be some
Grandma Mercedes. What's your grandma's name? Mercedes.
Okay. I'll tell you what, Lex, I know you gotta bounce, so I don't want to hold you too long. But we want
Thank you for stopping by, Lex.
Yes, it was a vibe. Thank y'all.
Definitely was a vibe. Tell the people they can find your music at and where they can find you on the socials.
Yes, everybody can follow me everywhere at Lex the Visionary. All social medias everywhere. And then also Bernice. Not Bernice.
Not the Auntie Bernice.
Shell say her mama named Bernice.
Shout out. My grandmother's name is Judiffy.
That's an old ass name too.
Judiffy, boy.
I ain't never heard that. That Judas grandma.
Right. But sorry. Okay. Lex the Visionary. And then I got a show at the end of the month. It is the Love Them Now concert. It's going to be at Gallery 992 in the West End. I'm going to be one of the performers. It's an all-women lineup for Women's History Month. So yeah, check me out on my socials. If you're trying to come through, I would love to see y'all come through.
Can I get a backstage pass?
I'll slide.
You know, I don't know if there's a backstage.
Can I
I
be
just
an extra?
I just want to eat the fried chicken back there. That's all, and see if they got
The
some
fried
funeral cake.
chicken?
Boy, yeah, you definitely black for Trump.
Bro, we can't be stereotyping on here, dog, with the fried chicken. Like the whites may be tuning in. Like we got white
The
listeners,
whites.
and
He
then
said the
I told you they like watermelon and fried
A
chicken,
whole
man. Like
bunch of
listen
white
to
Right.
listeners.
listen to Nova Fresh, man.
Yeah.
No, I can't be doing that.
Mr. Love some chicken, don't he?
Yeah, I love that fried chicken. Fry that chicken.
Because they swear we the only people keeping the fried chicken industry alive.
Koreans.
Listen, I wouldn't be
That's-
surprised.
all right, we know
But
you
I mean,
gotta leave
Korean
that.
fried chicken is good too.
They
But
eat more fried chicken
That's
than
why
black
they
people.
not. That's why they took over our block. They know that.
I know. But thank y'all so much. I appreciate it, and I'm good. Have a great rest of y'all show. Okay,
Hey, thank you for stopping by, Lex.
All right, y'all take care.
All right, enjoy the show.
All right, bye.
Shout out to Sweet and Low Gang.
Is she hanging out? Yeah, the whites, man. I call us the blacks too. You know, everybody got their own hive and they tribe, but I rocks with the whites. It's a thing. We all got to get along. You know what I'm saying?
I
It's all
fucks with
life.
the whites too.
I rocks with the whites, man.
Man,
We
shout
got
out to
some
Lex
local
though for
ones.
coming through, man. That was good.
Yeah, no, dope. Y'all make sure y'all check out her music. Go find her on Spotify, Instagram, all of that. Follow her, support her. Always dope. What we got on here? You got toxic male jobs on here. DJ Nova Fresh.
Man.
So you got barber on here, promoter, construction worker, personal trainer, ninjas that salsa dance. I don't know what profession that is. Military dudes, club security, youth sports coach. That's a nice little. You got a nice little list there.
That's some
You got a
toxic
nice
dudes
list.
right there. That's a list of toxic cheaters right there.
You on it, right? I think we all on that. Military.
That nigga done did all 5 of them jobs.
You done did all these? Was a Renaissance toxic man, ain't he?
He is,
Contractors, truck. Oh, somebody say truck drivers.
Truck drivers definitely need to be on that list.
Yeah,
I
that's
ain't
true.
put Chef on
I
here. They
forgot
ain't
that
got you on here,
job.
KB. That's crazy.
Yeah. Cause we don't fraternize.
Yeah, dude.
Y'all
Chefs, chefs toxic. Personal
we don't
chefs,
fraternize. We
they
don't fraternize.
toxic, boy. They'll come up there and feed you. You got that one chef that come to your house now. He been all on TikTok and Instagram. He be feeding the girls at the table and stuff.
But that's what they allow.
Man, look, he gonna get up out of here.
Stack say personal trainers at the top. At one point in time,
HVAC.
I was a personal trainer and a promoter at the same time, bro. I was doubling down at one point. I wasn't toxic. I'm just saying I had both of those career paths at one point in time. I'm not saying I was toxic and doing no wild shit, but
You're
it's just coincidental.
Man,
personal
personal
trainer's
trainer
crazy.
is at the top because he be, hey, this how you do your squat, grabbing her by the waist and stuff. Man, yeah, I don't do that personal trainer. My old lady, you ain't going to no personal trainer. I'm your personal trainer.
Bro, you eat fried chicken all day and shit, bro. She don't want you training her.
You ain't.
Hey, listen,
You
man.
got no abs, bro.
Hey.
Like she trying to go see Jermaine over at LA Fitness who got 8 packs.
Those who can't,
He can box junk 84 inches.
They
You know,
teach.
still dunking shit. You coming
I
home
can
eating
still
fried
dunk.
chicken.
I can still
He
do
coming
it.
home.
I
eating
gotta see
fried-
the video.
Yeah.
I
I
can
gotta
still
see the
dunk.
video.
Show me.
I'll send you a video right after this. I
He ain't
still
got.
can
He
dunk.
ain't got it. He coming home
I can
eating
still-
fried chicken and honey packs.
Boy.
6-piece biscuit from Texas Chicken and
Come
Bahrain.
on, eating fried
6-piece
chicken and honey
biscuit.
packs. He ain't got no stamina.
All right, I'm gonna give y'all boys
Yoga
some,
instructors. Yoga
we talking-
instructors are yeah. They
you know
bend you
yoga
over.
instructors.
Pause. She Chi in the comments say
No, the yoga,
yoga
I'm
instructor,
Talking
yoga instructors, and
all my yoga
Judge-
They
instructors-
roasting you,
truck
bro.
driver.
They roasting you, dog.
still dunk chicken nuggets. I don't eat chicken. Oh, well, I do eat chicken nuggets from
that
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A and the Polynesian sauce,
But
man.
hey,
That's what
I
they
bet
doing.
you they won't be reading my.
That boy shacking it.
I'm gonna put people on mute when I go to the drive-thru from now on.
He dug it in from the trunk.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. Everybody our age, right? Like, if I see your diet and it look unrighteous and crazy, like pause, no weird shit. But if you eating crazy, I kind of know your dick not getting hard.
I agree. Hey,
real like shit. Like if you smoking Black and Milds, you drinking liquor every day, you eating fried chicken and shit, bro. I just
they
be
say
like, yeah, your
marijuana
old
mess
lady.
up. They say marijuana mess with that.
Yeah, they say a lot. Who is they?
Probably nicotine and shit, right?
Who is
But
they?
nah, I live a plant-based life, bro. Marijuana ain't phasing nothing around here,
Yeah,
dog.
That boy lost that bitch right back over there quick, didn't it?
No.
Hey, look,
That's
they were like,
propaganda.
no, not the marijuana.
Nah, that's propaganda. Maybe what you rolling it with could lead to that, but tobacco itself, I mean, marijuana itself, they got some that's for that, bro. They got marijuana for everything, bro. Anything you may need it for, they got a certain strain for just what you need it for.
What strand for the dick?
I don't need it. So I don't
marijuana
know.
mess up your semen count.
I'm trying to get something to calm this motherfucker down. Mom, get off the show right now, Mom. I know you listening right now. Log off. We might talk a little crazy right now, but now I'm trying to get something to keep the testosterone down because
that thing need a break in my house, boy.
Look, me and my chicken nugget Dunkin', we ain't got no problems. We still good.
I ain't talking about you. I'm just saying in general, bro. Like
you took that chicken tender personal, boy.
Yeah, tobacco may be a medicine. I'm not sweet. Shout out to Sweet and Low Gang. She hanging out. She engaging. Y'all engage with us, ask us questions, provide takes, all of that. Like, subscribe, follow us on absolutely every platform. It's the Coach Uncut podcast. Tobacco could be a medicine. I think when people as humans, when we put our hands on things, we taint them. So we add nicotine and a lot of human-made chemicals to it to make it poison. But it could be medicine.
When the natives had it.
It depends on how they consume it, because any smoke going into your lungs at the end of the day can't be 100% healthy. That's why even I'm trying to consume my marijuana through capsules and edibles and stuff just to switch it up, because inhaling that shit in your lungs for a long amount of time, it's still fire. You still setting something on fire and putting smoke in your lungs, right? Mm-hmm. And your lungs is an organ that's not meant to be taken in smoke. So at the end of the day, both tobacco and marijuana, if overused, can be harmful. You just got to do your research and
never smoked it.
Only cocaine you know about. Cocaine and brothers.
Damn, dog.
That's because I had to rescue people out of the brothels.
I'm just trying to make this make sense.
No, I don't think he actually done cocaine. He just knew about it.
How you skilled weed?
Hell no, I ain't never did no cocaine, boy. Hell no.
I mean, I don't judge nobody, dog.
That's just
different.
How I not do weed and strip it and skip
but I ain't
that's a couple. Ain't this a couple steps in there that I got to go through? First I got to start smoking leaves, right?
Yeah,
and then tobacco, then weed. I can't just go straight to cocaine.
Weed is not a gateway drug. That's a myth too. No. You can clear up all the myth around weed. They lying on weed.
It's a progression, though.
Yeah,
it's a progression.
No, it's not. I know motherfuckers got
people
right
just
to
go
it.
straight. They go straight to cocaine.
Addictive personalities, bro. Yeah.
They just wake up and go, you know what? Cocaine? I'm gonna go do drugs, and the drug of choice is gonna be heroin. And they just
I don't believe in that shit. You guys show me the research. Do you know any crackhead say, bro, I started smoking some weed and this shit led me to crack?
I know
no crackhead has ever said
I know that. Every crackhead I know smoke weed though.
No,
they gotta calm that shit down.
But that's a lot though. Real.
We gonna bring everything back to zero, bro.
Real crackhead, they don't smoke weed. Shit it's uncomfortable to them, bro.
Yeah, it brings the anxiety back down.
That don't mean nothing, bro. I'm just telling you, bro. Real crackheads don't smoke weed.
KB know the science.
I mean, I was out there in the streets, bro. I'm trying to tell you something.
On how y'all how you get to your habit, what's your thing or two,
I've been around, like KB said, we've been around,
I've been out here a little bit.
But I don't talk to the point of all right, what you do when after you smoke your crack, what you
I don't know. Ain't never indulged in anything but marijuana.
I've been around people that do drugs. I'm not finna do them. You know, I started smoking weed later on in life, as we all know on this show. KB, you know, you my cousin. You know the vibes. We've been around each other our whole lives, especially hanging out in that type of capacity. Right. I didn't start smoking weed until my 30s. You know what I'm saying? I did legal shit because I had to pass drug tests to go get jobs. So my leading motivation of not smoking marijuana was I gotta go get a job somewhere. But the moment I started, going towards entrepreneurial life, drug tests didn't matter to me. And also I needed some calm with some anxiety stuff I was dealing with. So started indulging in marijuana. But when you out hustling and around the street life, you start seeing what they'll tell you. If they too high, somebody that's on cocaine, they'll tell you, I got to smoke to bring this shit back down. And that's somebody that drink. if I start getting drunk, I'm gonna go smoke because I know weed gonna level that shit out. You know, it's gonna take whatever vice else that you may be on and probably bring you back to some normal. You know what I'm saying? So just from experience, and I've like, I ain't finna get deep into this shit, bro. Like it ain't a
I think
drug
I
show.
was
My
just
mama
speaking from
listened
the
to it.
standpoint
Chi-Chi's.
of like
Go
just
ahead.
not having like being around them to the point where I'm having conversations of like you talking to me of how you got to that point and what brings you down. I think is what I was.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a gateway drug. I think people that got on these drugs, they got like they have addictive personalities and things that just led to them. But the idea that weed is a gateway drug, I've been smoking weed since I was like 31. And like I'm a decade in, and I've never had the urge to go try nothing else. You know, like, and that's just my personality. That's why I think addiction is personality. And they say that even when you go when you look at the science of addiction and rehab and all that, it's a personality disorder in a lot of sense. If you see somebody that's addicted to cocaine, 9 times out of 10, they probably addicted to gambling or sex or something else. It's a personality thing.
Or partying. They're addicted to partying because that's like a party drug, cocaine. I don't think you just wake up and just start doing cocaine by yourself. I think
it's
most
a
people
corporate
get
drug
to
too.
It. That's what I'm saying. Them
Corporate
dudes
like a motherfucker.
They party. Them corporate dudes got money. They party. So I think that most people that are on that booger sugar doing lines get introduced at parties. Friends, like peer pressure. I just never been into drugs. Like regardless, I know y'all.
Yeah, everybody should be in control.
Yeah, I'm not a big drinker or none of that stuff like that. It's just not in me. I'm more addicted to like video games
and fried chicken and shit.
Yeah, and cookies and donuts.
Yo, speaking of
sugar a drug though.
It is. It is. It 100% is. We're talking about addiction. We're talking about addiction. Bruno Mars is reportedly dealing with a gambling addiction. We talked about this last show, and coincidentally, like this came out in the news this past weekend. But I spoke about who are the gambling sites, Trey? This is your bag. Not that you're a gambler, but you be talking about the sites a little bit. You have
Prize
Hard
Pick,
Rock,
MGM.
I know for sure.
Hard Rock,
MGM's all the Vegas people. You have Prize Picks, correct? And there's a couple more, but I've been seeing a uptick of the Prize Pick apps and a lot of these other different outlets of pushing. They've been advertising on a lot of podcasts, using a lot of influencers to push gambling. Like in the past, you used to have to go to Vegas to gamble, but right now it's at the palm of your hands. And I was like, yo, we're on the fringe of this shit becoming a real addiction and a problem in America. And they saying like Bruno Mars is on the hook for like $50 million out in Vegas, bro.
MGM.
50, and he signed a $90 million contract. So basically he pocketed $1.5 million out there show.
Every night he do a show, they said he'll get 1 point whatever. So he got that, but he still win.
Yeah, he
not really.
He down 50.
Yeah, in our world he winning, but in his world he taking some L's.
But you know what though? How we know okay, he 50 million in debt. How we know that ain't like a hidden back end, a tax loophole. You know what I'm saying? Because you think out of that 90 million taxes, man, he probably walk away with 32 million.
Man, the mafia ain't trying to hit none of that shit, no. Man, the fuck?
That's definitely who he dealing with.
And run that shit up, bro. They tearing off limbs.
That boy finna be doing residencies forever.
He probably doing a private show right now. Diddy Penthouse.
Some of the rumors around, like even Michael Jordan's father's death, it was dealing with a lot of his gambling alleged habits. Even with his exit in the NBA and the hiatus wasn't, they said a lot of people were saying that was around a lot of gambling that he was doing. Like Trey said, the mob don't play about like gambling debt and all that. But for somebody, like that's a real ass addiction. He might as well be on cocaine to be that far in debt. That's like owing the plug.
Stack
the
says
coke plug,
documented that Bruno is addicted to cocaine as well. So it
personality.
Yeah, it's in there. He's locked in.
That boy been snorting that thing since like 16.
Man, that's crazy, bro. Bruno, 50
he
million.
Came in hot.
50 million, man. I'm gonna just go and fake my own death and move to Jamaica.
No, just do these shows and get your ass out the way.
Since we talking about addictions, what y'all think about Texas just put out the doggone law about no Pornhub.
Oh man. But no, so the law they put out, here's the thing.
Oh,
They want to put like
Google it.
Louisiana,
Yeah,
you gotta verify your age.
That's close to home.
Yeah, you gotta verify your age to watch porn in Louisiana. And Texas wants to pass the same law. And Pornhub got mad and just pulled out of Texas. They geo-blocked Texas. So you can't, regardless if you end up verifying your age, you can't even watch it in the state of Texas. So could you imagine you got your baby all queued up, you got the video queued up, and you about to have a good episode, and you go to play the video and it's not there no more. That's hurtful. You know how long it takes to find the video?
Porn is toxic, bro. Like porn it can be. Porn got shit skewed. I do think that's wild that Pornhub is offended that people's age got to be verified, because the kid could put anything at the computer. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like kids gonna get them like be honest. Yeah, I am 12. No, a kid just gonna be like, yeah, I'm 18. Show me them titties. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why they got offended by like Texas and these other states requiring age, put in or whatever you want to call it. Like I don't understand why they're mad at that. But they just show you how bold the devil is. But porn is terrible on the mind. I think there's a lot of issues with where we at as far as love and relationships, all of that. Like social media is one bag, but porn,
you sound like a
having
Trump
titties
supporter.
at the palm of your hand and sex at the palm of your hand, kids to get on YouTube or whatever to find this shit.
Come on over, Silk.
What's
you
up? What
like
happened?
a Trump supporter.
Like the more I be talking about shit, I be like, maybe I'm conservative. I be saying that shit. Like I'm not really trying to be on no Trump and choosing a side, but I'm liberal about certain shit. Like I'm liberal.
He said I'm moderate.
I'm moderate.
I'm liberal. I'm liberal as shit about weed. Like pass it around. I think an eighth a week will keep the world peaceful. I think that's the answer to the world peace. Get everybody an eighth a week, and we all be straight. Am I right, KB? I may need more than the eighth, but at the minimum,
give them a quarter, dog.
Quarter. There we go. There we go.
You know what bothered me the other day? The VP.
Join the day.
She was sitting at the table.
It works out.
She was sitting at the table talking about weed, talking about nobody should be going to jail for possession of marijuana. And I'm just looking like, election time is in full swing when they bring up marijuana. They carried along and they never passed a vote. When they had the House and the Senate and the presidency, and they still didn't pass legalized marijuana on the federal level. The states have done it, but it doesn't matter. The feds haven't done it. So really, you don't really see the true benefit of marijuana. I'm saying not just the smoking part. I'm talking about the hemp, the family, the marijuana family, the hemp. Hemp is amazing. You can get clothes, food, fuel, houses. You could build. It's the fibers are just stronger than steel.
That's facts.
When woven together, the whole plant can be utilized, and it can be utilized to clean soil. That's what I'm saying. Hemp. So in order to legalize, once marijuana is legalized, hemp can be legalized on a large
hemp is already legal.
Hemp is not illegal.
In certain states, they still ban it or.
Well, you in California, that shit ain't banned.
No, I know out here it ain't banned, but I'm saying
I don't think it's banned in too many states.
It depends on what hemp it is. Like there is certain
industrial grade
strains.
Industrial grade hemp is legalized, but it was legalized too late. We could have after Canada. It was a time during I want to say like maybe around 2011 or 12. If they would have legalized hemp that time, we would have been debt free. We could have erased our whole debt. But Canada jumped ahead of us.
I don't think it makes a difference between because right now the Republicans at the House and all that shit won't if they pass. I don't think it matters who has the House, or I think if it's some shit that they both are, it got to be some bipartisan shit that they both agree on. To be honest,
it ain't got to be bipartisan. The Republicans just showed you they don't need bipartisan. They just when they had the majority, they rammed everything through.
That's what I'm saying. That's why she know that the marijuana and the hemp shit, they ain't gonna ram that shit through.
But no, I'm saying when they had it, when they first got elected in their year one, They had it because she was the tiebreaker. So they had a majority in the Senate,
But
and
I'm
they
talking
had
about
it
this
in
topic
Congress.
right here, though. If
I know, but I'm saying they could have passed it then when they first got elected, because they passed it in Congress and it never made it to the Senate floor.
No, they're not gonna pass that shit for until they can get organized with how they want to tax it and scale it on their end to make the Walmarts of weed and get the small man out of it, right?
Mhm.
That's the only hold up. Like the alcohol industry. Alcohol was once illegal. Until now, who can get into alcohol? You can't just go make no alcohol. You go to jail. But when they got certain families, certain people can run the alcohol industry, they made it legal and you can put it on shelves. They're gonna do the same thing with marijuana once they organize who run it. And until they can get that figured out, how they could tax it and run it, like we're not gonna. It ain't really about each party. It's about capitalism. But on some Pornhub stuff, what's your bag, your fetish? If you was in the porn world, like what would be your subgenre? What you clicking on? Foot fetish?
Foot fetish for nah.
You don't fuck with feet like that?
Nah, I don't like feet like that. Nah, don't touch me with them feet.
You never suck toes?
Nah, I never did that.
You never lived in, bro. I don't know if you've been in love. We talking about love earlier. If you never sucked a toe, you don't know if you've been in love before.
I'm just not a foot guy. I'm not a foot guy.
No?
I robe some feet, but I'm not sucking no toes.
he's
Never licked a toe,
conservative.
Trey?
He's just a missionary guy.
No, I'm not conservative in the bedroom. In the bedroom, I am liberal. I say I'm conservative about certain shit, but I kiss and tell.
My porn bag. My porn bag got to be lesbians. That's my porn bag. A nice little lesbian.
I see that, and I want to see no meat in your
no
porn
meat in my
activity.
diet.
I don't advise porn.
Got a
Like,
vegan
Mine's gonna be Dancing Bear.
Huh?
What is that?
Dancing Bear.
That's new to me.
I don't know if that's on Pornhub.
What the fuck is Dancing Bear?
Go look it up.
I'm not
really
looking that up. I don't need it in my algorithm.
No, it ain't like, go look
Elaborate.
it up.
I don't need to get on Instagram and now I got dancing bear shit in my discovery feed.
I'm straight. I'm
You
straight.
talking about the dicks earlier, so I'm scared.
Nah, Dancing Bear is cool.
Elaborate on Dancing Bear. What are we talking here?
No, it's a guy dances for women. A room full of women.
Oh, okay.
So you watching the guy dance from the room for women, or
no? I'm watching the women perform acts.
That's your bag.
Stack said Dancing Bear is male strippers.
That's what the fuck you watch?
I'm not watching the male stripper. I'm watching the woman.
No.
See y'all.
Bruh.
That's why I say you gotta go watch it. You gotta go watch it to understand.
You can't even explain it good enough to make me say me go try.
I'll let you keep that bag.
I can't search it. Like I'm not sure about like the definition of it, what it is. So I don't want to search it. Man.
You ain't even give me a good whatever you just said is not interested enough to make me search this.
I got you, man.
I mean, I ain't mad at you. I don't knock you. No judgment. But
you fuck with midget porn, KB? What's your bad? Midget porn? Small people? I don't want to offend anyone if you're small out there.
I ain't into the midget. I'm probably gonna watch some Les too, girl on girl.
Yeah. Everybody's scared to see a dick.
Oh yeah.
I just don't care to see it.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, let's get off porn. What else we got on the docket, fellas? Stay away from porn, man. Have y'all ever entertained being a male stripper? I did at one point in life.
Oh man.
I don't know if it's Chip and Dale stripper.
What y'all got a porn name?
Yeah, no, I got no porn name.
Y'all ain't never came up.
No.
Why would I come up with a porn name?
Never interested in it.
Fuck you be doing, Trey.
Y'all got no sex names in y'all bedroom and shit?
That ain't a porn name. I'm not finna tell you what the ladies call me and no shit like that. But I did try to be I almost was a male stripper. But when I went to the interview,
what was your song?
I almost was a male stripper, bro. I was about 20 years old. Time was hard. I couldn't find a job. And then I seen a Chippendales. This is how old I am. They had that shit in the paper. Like, you remember you used to go find jobs in the classifieds and shit? like, they had that shit out. Like, you know what?
At a Diddy party. Audition at a Diddy party.
Damn near. But no, it was Walt brother. It was me and Brisner. We did this shit. We went together. One time for my guy Brisner, bro. This is a real life story.
Y'all
So
showed up
Brisbane
with the
put me
baby oil.
on. Brisbane said, "Hey, check
Oh,
this out,
shit.
man. See, Silk and Brisbane. Stacks know the
I
story.
remember this shit.
So Brisbane, we all trying to find gigs and shit, bro. Times was hard, bro. Like the streets when didn't have no work on it like that. You couldn't even hustle. So like, bro, gotta find a job. Brisbane hit me up like, hey man, I seen something in the paper, like male strippers,
He don't
Chippendales
give
is
a fuck.
hiring. I said, shit, Chippendales. Like I could go strip. I'm thinking I'm naive to like, strip clubs and shit like that, the male world. So I'm like, yeah, let's get that in, baby. I'm down for it. You go to the interview, the first thing they tell you is you got to be down to strip for men as well. You got to be down to do lap dance on men as well. I said, I'm out. That boy Brisner said, I am in. I'm hanging out. They told me I can make $400-$500 a night. Boy, I am in. I had to get out of there. I said, nah, dog, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If I gotta get naked in front of other men, this shit is, I can't do it. No Diddy parties for your boy.
Diddy in the back, take that.
What do you think? What do you thought was gonna happen?
Oh,
I
shit.
thought
He
we'd
was
be
going
stripping
to
in front
dance
of
with just
bad bitches at bachelorette parties. That's my. That's what I'm thinking.
With no interview
you
process.
went to the wrong the wrong type of strip company, bro. Chippendales.
This is corporate. This is Chippendales.
Yeah, that's the bunch of like white boys like type shit. If I ain't mistaken,
With cocaine.
How the black
I don't
ones go,
know.
KP?
With a whole bunch of cocaine.
Well, you know, on my timeline, it's
You
a
done been to a
girl
black
that.
man strip club?
No, I ain't never been. If you let me talk, nigga, I'll tell you what happened. How I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, how you know?
Well,
If you ain't never been.
Mia, friend of the show, she knows these girls that I guess they promote bachelorette parties and like parties like that. But they just get, when I see the flyers, it just look like a bunch of black dudes. Like it don't look like that Chippendale shit. It's just like a
Oh no,
bunch
this is
of
different
black.
day and age.
Yeah,
Why
so
we
it's
talking
probably
about dudes
it's probably different day and age also.
We talking about
But
males.
I seen the shit go on with that, but I don't know nothing about any of the shit because I ain't never been to none of it. But the flyers are all over the place. You stroll your timeline.
I ain't know my timeline.
Nah, bro.
You also
Like
got promoters from the hoods.
I think women got it made in the stripper world. So if a woman want to become a stripper, they so many outlets to go to, and I don't think they got to really worry about the
But
weird
not everybody
shit.
make it though. Not everybody can make it as a stripper. That's an art.
No, but they got good options. Like there's no male strip clubs. Like so you have to go to like the private companies like a Chippendale that send dudes out to like private parties and shit. Because how many male strip clubs are there where dudes that just get naked on stage? Nobody want to see dicks. Like
Go to Hillcrest,
women ain't
California.
even like women will likely go to a women's strip club before they go to a dude strip club because women just look more attractive naked.
You ain't get mad when they charge the women money and let the dude in. That's how most of them go.
Yeah. Shout out to the strip clubs. We in South Florida, so it's just like a way of life down here.
Different down here.
You can take your old lady on a date to the strip clubs down here, and it's
And
acceptable.
eat good. Eat real good.
I remember my cousin Richie took me out there. My first strip club Rolex, was in Miami. Boy.
Yeah, that shit. Shout out to Club Rolex, boy. What you know about Rolex, boy?
It's called Lex now. Shout out to Lex.
Hey, boy, had me.
Somebody got shot. They got to rename it. You know how that shit go.
He had me in there with his ID. He had me in there with his ID. He gave me $100. Well, he had to grab my hand. Stop throwing it on the one girl. You got all these other girls in here. I ain't know what to do, man. I was in love. He had me out there.
Rolex is a spot. Coco, G5. It's a lot of them.
Shout out to Richie. He in the comments too. That was a throwback.
Shout out to Michelle. Michelle couldn't show up for the show. Was she in the comments hanging out talking about she glad she went here? Yeah.
Man, that was what a time to be alive.
Yeah.
But
great times. What y'all got, man? What's on your mind? We're hour 41 in.
I wish Chick-fil-A was open on Sundays.
That's when I used to get that urge when I was eating chicken and shit. For Chick-fil-A, usually be on a Sunday, and I think that's just the devil. Shout out to them boys having conservative Christian values and closing on Sundays.
Man, random thought though, bro. What happened to the toilet paper from the pandemic? People still sitting on that?
Hopefully they wipe their ass with it by now.
Man, that was a lot of. Bro, I just want to know what drove people to go get all that toilet paper during the pandemic. That was like absurd. That was very absurd for people. The whole store, Costco, everybody empty, and there's just no explanation. Nothing in COVID told you to go get toilet paper, but everybody went and got toilet paper.
No, there was
I just
rumors
wonder.
of like diarrhea issues. I think when it first broke out,
Yeah.
and then Trump shot the jump shot with the toilet paper roll, and then all bets was off.
The jump shot. It was broke too.
Hey, that boy was flick. You seen his wrist though? That
He left that shit hanging up there like he was Jordan,
hooped,
bro.
man.
Like the fuck going on?
He was hooping, man. Trump was Trump. That was legendary right there.
Update
He
us
had
on
great
Big
form.
T. You were talking about Trump in the intro. Update us on Big T. What's the shenanigans this week? I do think they was gaslighting him and media. I'm gonna give everybody this advice. Go find full clips of stuff, like full episodes, full speeches.
They try to play my boy.
Yeah, they like media has this way of creating propaganda and creating agendas through short form clips and cutting people off at certain marks. You're not getting the full context. I know people don't read the same these days, but what's another issue is people not listening to full long form content. They're catching TikToks, IG reels in all capacities, not just political, in all capacities. Sit down, bro. Like if you too lazy to read, listen to full interviews. The whole hour and a half, 2 hours. You're not reading, it's different, but listen to full form content. That way you get more context.
Yeah, he used a poor choice of words for what he was talking about. He was referring to China building up car manufacturing plants in Mexico, and basically they wanting to spam the American market with Chinese made vehicles because they're gonna make it for cheap, and they're gonna what people want affordable vehicles, right? With some creature comforts in it. And he's like, if I'm elected, I'm gonna put 100% tariff on any vehicle they bring across that border. And then he's like, if I'm not elected, it's gonna be a bloodbath for the auto industry, meaning you're gonna have all these Chinese made vehicles flooding the market for cheap prices. And it's just like when the Kias came back out in the day. What everybody did, everybody in the hood had a Kia. Everybody, even the little
No, what hood
14-year-old
you
girl with a
in?
job
Nobody had no
permit
damn
had a
Kia.
Kia and a Hyundai. They flooded the market. They got in with their entry level cars. They were cheap. You had them cars was like $6,000 back then. That was pretty cheap, and they still relatively cheap now. So same thing going to happen, and that's what he was talking about. But they took the little soundbite when he said, "If I'm not elected, it's going to be a bloodbath." And then everybody's like, "January 6th, hey, look at Trump. He's still talking crazy."
Very sneaky.
And it's just like, man, that's crazy, bro. Like, you can hate the guy. I'm like this. I can dislike people, but right is right, wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? There's qualities in everybody. Qualities in Ice Cream Joe. He likes ice cream.
Candace Owens said this past week. She did some Patreon interview with Joe Budden. She
like
said,
a supporter.
I don't really support any of it. I don't even believe in the system, but I don't want to like taint nobody else's view of politics, bro. So, but I pay attention to all of it because it's smart and to be aware of what's going on in the world. But Candace Owens said this week, and I thought this was very true because this is something I said on the show, like what media have done. Period. Either side, either party, they've figured out how to make us, see things out of feelings and not like think things out. So we feel things. We feel like racism. Like it's something like, oh, I feel this way. And we just got to think more, like we got to just be more heady about our decision making and how we move and not in our feelings and our so-called heart. It just got to be, a little bit more concise. And that's my take. I don't get caught up in the feelings of trying to rile me up. If something, it feel like it's trying to get me angry and it's trying to raise up, like you're using these sound bites in a way like that, then my red flag comes up because I'm just like, yo, why are you trying to, like strike my emotions? Like, give me some thoughts. Like, let's break down different policies and go through like that type of stuff. But if you're trying to get me to hate somebody because they may be racist, then I'm gonna vibe off of that because both sides racist. I've been in America long my entire life. I know both sides are racist. This country is racist. Forget all that. Like, what are the solutions? And we could talk about solutions, but you ain't finna get me with the emotions.
Perfectly. Look at what's going on right now, right? Haiti's in turmoil, right? They have a gang led by they call him Barbecue,
which is a crazy name.
Yeah, he took over. The prime minister just resigned. And you have people fleeing the country trying to come to America, right now. We have an immigration crisis right now where people are crossing the border and they're getting handed money to come to America. But all of a sudden, they're stopping anybody from Caribbean nations. They said we will enforce the immigration policies basically against the Caribbean nations. And it's crazy that they're saying that if we catch these people coming from these Caribbean nations, we're going to send them back.
That's
But
always been a thing, though.
but you walk across the border and it's cool. Those people can walk across the border and it's okay and it's accepted. But where's the outrage? Where's the people talking about, oh, these immigration policies? Nobody's fighting on the Haitians' behalf. They just saying, oh, everybody's quiet, mom.
This may be controversial too, but I ain't even with all the immigrants coming over here like that,
I'm not.
bro.
I'm
Like,
not. I'm not either. I'm not either.
just like,
but
we
I'm
gotta
saying at the
focus on
same.
us. I'd be worried about us. You know, like here's my take on that. I think like us as Black Americans, right? We've done so much for the entire world, and a lot of these people from and my grandfather's an immigrant. Like, keep that in mind. Like, I'm on both sides, right? American family, also
Me as
immigrant family. So I know the benefits and, you know, the heartache on both sides, or the plight on both sides. But like a lot of the foreigners that come to these countries and benefit off the benefits that Martin Luther King and our ancestors in this country fought for, like, they look at us like we ain't shit in a lot of capacity. So like, my fight for people that are foreign is very minimal. You know, my fight be about us here, or my thoughts and my process be about us that's here. Because like, even when the Africans come here, foreigners come here, we damn near, like, they damn near turn Caucasian towards us and treat us like we're degenerates, and like, you guys are in that loophole in your place in life because you don't know what the hell you're doing. Meanwhile, nobody has achieved more rural rights than Black Americans. Like, nobody. The civil rights movement is the biggest movement in the history of the world. We've achieved more freedoms and more success in that manner than anybody in the world. That's why people want to come here, because of what we fought for. Our ancestors fought for these rights, and that's why the Haitians are trying to get here, the Africans, everybody's trying to get here because of what our ancestors fought for. But we're not treated and respected that way when people get here. So I don't like spend a lot of time focused on immigration. That ain't in my world.
No,
Like,
my point was just to point out the double standard.
for sure.
Everybody's jumping up and down saying welcome with open arms. Those from those countries right below us and other countries that happen to go into Mexico and cross the border, they're welcome with open arms, handed cards, handed money. But the people that's coming over from the Caribbean nations, they're getting sent right back. All of a sudden, we have an immigration policy that we're enforcing, and it's like, wow, you can enforce it here, but you can't enforce it there. And that's what I'm pointing out, the double standard. I don't like it at all. I don't like the illegal portion. My family immigrated here, and I did have some illegal family members and stuff. There's a process. That's a process that we all got to go through. You know what
Yeah, I
I'm
would
saying?
say when it comes to that.
Oh,
as
sure.
far
I
as,
see KB down there. I'm sorry, KB.
why they look at it that way, when you consider like the conditions that they come from in their countries, like America, Africa, like there's like genocide, people like chopping off limbs, and you know, and they come here and they see all these liberties and freedoms that you have here. They sometimes look at us like, you know, why are you not taking advantage of what you have? You know, like, and when a lot of these jobs that we don't even want to take, like they're willing to take, you know, they're willing to pile up in the house with all their families, and a lot of sacrifices that they are willing to do, that a lot of times, that, to be fair, like, Americans won't do. A lot of the jobs that they're willing to do, we won't do.
That's not true. We're willing to do them for
The right salary.
Yeah. See, I can get them to work under the table and pay them under the table, whereas I have to abide by certain laws.
They can exploit
labor
foreigners
laws.
and they can't exploit like citizens here. We know our rights. So like, no, we ain't about to go cut the grass for $5 an hour, bro. No, we know our rights and shit. And a foreigner may want to do that, but we're not gonna get exploited the same. While we do get exploited, it's just not the same.
And then a lot of
I've seen it,
things
though,
is
where like a foreigner will come and like, okay, well, they'll start to say, okay, I'll cut the grass for you say $5 an hour or whatever, but then they'll have every damn lawn in all these neighborhoods.
But that's what's fucking us up. Like them coming to do that is stopping us from getting real rights in the cutting grass world. If that's your world, right? Like we're fighting for maybe a higher wage in
I don't know
in
too
the
many
cutting
people that want to do those jobs though.
for the right price. I think so. Like it's black garbage men. Like I see them every day picking up my trash, but the garbage men have a certain salary and rights they're gonna get. You know, but in that world of the jobs that they are taking, like I'm not saying that we don't want to do them, and I'm not saying they definitely are willing to do it for a lower wage, and that's the problem. They come here and they're lowering the wages and the things they'll do for a lower price that we won't do, and that's boxing us out of a job. So instead of them coming here and saying, "Yo, and having some standard, this is what I need to get paid to do this," they'll come here and take less, and then maybe grind their way up. You may be right in that sense, but that I don't think is right. I think in an overall picture, it's lowering the value of the working class if immigrants can come here and take a lower wage than an American citizen. You're lowering the lifestyle and standards of Americans.
Yeah. I think also I'm just playing devil's advocate. Like if we have those jobs and Americans do apply for those jobs and they're not willing to do the work that's attached to the job, and the entrepreneur like, damn, I might as well hire somebody who I know gonna fucking do the job because I hired this damn American and these motherfucker half-assed and not showing up, bullshitting. So I might as well hire somebody who I know is gonna get the fucking job done. I think sometimes it's like, I don't know, like when you
Now, capitalism, I think from like our standpoint in this country, it ain't just about getting the job done. As you know, they trying to profits, lower wages, less benefits. I don't have to get this immigrant health insurance, life insurance. PTO is not going to be the same. You could just offer less, and I think like you got to hold this economy, business owners, everybody accountable to certain standards. We're taking care of what's here. And it's nothing against immigrants. I'm just saying like that's the issue that I would have with it. And I have friends that were immigrants. I got a lot of Jamaican homeboys, Haitian. We in South Florida, so we got peoples of all that. And our family from Bahamas. My grandfather came here as an immigrant worker to work sugarcane fields. But when he was brought here as an immigrant, he was brought to work the sugarcane fields at a lesser wage than an American. That's facts. Am I appreciative that my grandfather got here? That's the only reason that I'm here. But I'm an American now, and that's just what it is. All politics, no feelings. On some non-feeling shit, what I'm feeling, what's better for like the future and my grandchildren when they get here is America where like the lower class, which we are on a large part as minorities in our place in this country, we're the lower class. And I think we got to be able to get certain rights and hold things to a certain standard, or it's going to keep dropping. Our poverty level is going to keep dropping. Our education is going to keep dropping. If immigrants keep coming here, they're becoming the new, like we used to have all these things that we were fighting for. And then like, they're not lumping so many people into those causes that we fought for. LG, the letter people, the immigrants, all of this stuff that our ancestors fought for. So many other people are reaping off of, and we aren't the same. That stuff is gone for us in a lot of sense.
Yeah, very true, very true. I think like just take California for instance, what they just did. All right, so they had people that it's expensive to buy a home out here, and it's expensive for someone to have the 20% down required. So California started a program for first-time home buyers that didn't have the income, but they had the credit score, and they didn't have the 20% saved up. California gave them an interest-free loan up to 20% of the purchase price for a home. So that was interest-free that they pay back. It was a different payback scale. They only paid it back after they sold the home. So now they opened that up to immigrants, illegal immigrants. You just got to be in the country. Well, they're trying to. They're one of the state senators is trying to pass the legislative right now. He's out of Fresno. I forgot his name. But he's trying to pass that now to add immigration's ability to access that pot of money as well. Right now, it did so well that the money that was allotted to it went quick. And so now what they're doing, they did it on a first come, first serve basis. Now they're going to do a lottery system. But now you add the immigrants in there, and they're basically getting the same rights as people that are working to save this money, working the job to pay this thing, legally paying taxes. They're getting the same benefits and the same access to this pot to build generational wealth real faster than you.
Right.
And that's messed up, man. Yep, stacks. The money was gone in 11 days, man. 11
But
days.
emotions make us feel sorry for those others that don't have. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes we are very emotional people, and I'm not trying to say take all your emotions out of life altogether, but when it comes to politics and policies, you got to take the emotions out of it from this sense, because naturally, people that we're people that have been on the side of not having, and we see others that have that same struggle. Sometimes we're just like, yeah, like everybody should be able to get it, but when all the funds are gone and these things aren't working to our benefit, it's like, yo, we got to slow down. Like we got to make sure we are benefiting from this, before others that haven't sacrifice generation after generation, because that's what our families have done. We've sacrificed and went without in this country and been under the thumb of these regimes for a long time, and then people could come here and start accumulating general wealth off the dribble. Like as soon as they get here, no warm up, they just in the gym shooting threes like right away, and like we just gotta be mindful of that when we're like voting and so liberal with let them come over to this country because we black and understand they plight a little bit. Nah. Like I'm about the Black American plight first. It starts at home. Charity begins at the home. I think about us first and then abroad, but we gotta take care of us because they come here and talk about us crazy, like we ignorant, don't know what the hell we doing, but they come in here to get the rights we work for all these years.
Yep, and they just off, like you said, just off the dribble, they walk in and you're getting the. Now we got to do a lottery system, and I don't get picked. They pick you, and that's a slot that I could have had, and I'm here working my butt off. I done built my credit score up. I'm ready to build this generational wealth, but you just come over here and been over here a couple days, a couple months, and now you already ahead of me. You about to build generational wealth with buying a home.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a state thing. I don't think that's
it's a state thing, but I'm just saying. And they
also
California.
Think that, like, I don't know, like just bringing it back to like a point where like I don't know any of my homeboys that say I want to graduate and go pick apples off a farm or want to go cut grass. Like I just know like
I got homeboys that do that, and they make good money.
They want it.
Yeah, they make good money.
I can't say
it's a job.
I don't think nobody grows up like there's no young Mexican kid like I want to grow up and cut grass. Hell no, like that's just life push you in those spaces where you got to do what you got to do to pay bills and whatnot. But I'm pretty sure the young Mexicans want to be a young soccer player or a musician, Selena or some shit like that. I don't think they grow the ambitions of being a
speaking to
farmer.
Like the landscape of this country, where there's a lot of stuff, jobs that a lot of Americans have because they have these liberties and schooling and education to be able to go and have big dreams that they can have aspirations to do stuff beyond cutting grass and picking and farming. That's why a lot of these industries are struggling because they don't want to do these jobs. And then you have people that come in that want to do these jobs. So I don't understand, like, a part of me is like, all right, well, I don't know, man.
Shout out to my boy Bill Brown. He owned a lawn care service, hands-on on property preservation. He's deep into cutting grass. He be explaining the particles and all this stuff, fertilizing all this stuff. He's like, that's what he grew up doing, and he wanted to do it, and he's
did
very
turf
successful.
Care. I was in the pest control industry, so I did turf care. I would take care of I didn't cut grass, but fertilization of sports fields, like high-end places on Palm Beach Island. We would take care, palm trees, like high-end plants and things of that nature. But the grunt work or even around that, like I was a supervisor. I hired people. I told you I hired my cousin. But the grunt work that we hired immigrants with no papers because you could pay them cash, little to nothing, and that was like I worked for the exact business owner, and the things that like he wanted to cut corners on, he would hire immigrants to do, and that's just being around it. Do I think of course there's people like my cousin did some of the grunt work, but he didn't get paid like no immigrant. And the first thing he told me was like, Corey, like we need more guys like him, but I can't pay them what I'm paying him. Yeah. Like, so I'm gonna ride by, Home Depot, Lowe's, and try to catch some immigrants, see if we could get, some people to come do this thing for a lower salary because I got to maintain profits. I think like some of the wages make these jobs like unattractive to us as black people, because if you watch a lawn man, we watch the dope boys, we watch the athletes, people that got shit, and which we should. You watch successful people and you're like, yo, I want that. When you see a lawn care worker or somebody that's working in that industry, us as, young black people growing up, we don't look at that as something attractive we want to do. It's like a trash man. But black people still do it because they have unions and a whole lot of other shit. They got to get certain benefits. And I just believe the same thing. Like a lot of these jobs, bro, like them guys are doing, like, it's cool that they're down to take those jobs, but they're doing some crazy labor for a low wage. And I still think it's exploitation and unfair, even for them,
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure. But I'm not.
I feel like most of them want the jobs because they don't have a choice. They here, they gotta get a job, and that's all they're offering.
Sometimes they just don't have the skills required for certain jobs. So they pick those jobs. Some like they go into like most of the trade and labor jobs because doesn't require, like, you could pay them under the table, doesn't require proof, and then some of them are just good at it, and some of them really just based on their skill level, that's what they can handle and they can do, and they can do 60, 70 yards in a day. That's a lot of money. It adds up at the end of the day.
Yeah, but 60 to 70 yards a day for $5 a pop, that's a lot of.
Nah, they're not doing it for $5. They're not doing it for $5.
But that's slave labor.
Yeah. I mean, but whatever they're getting paid, I still don't think it's equivalent. They done did 60, and they did 60 yards for somebody else, so they really not getting ready to get the top dollar pay.
Them dudes have money. Don't get it twisted. And the reason why I kind of know they have money is California passed a law where basically they can get a bank. They can go get a bank account because everybody used to go rob the immigrants because they knew on Friday they got all
cash.
Money. They got cash on them.
You nigga ready to rob somebody,
and they be bro. These dudes be having thousands upon thousands of dollars on them just from the week's work that they do, whether it's handyman work, like some landscaping work, working for a company in general that pay them under the table. These dudes have a lot of money. It's not in a sense where they're $5 probably was back in the day, but that was a lot of money. These dudes are getting paid $30, $40 under the table. A yard?
Like, definitely not in Florida.
Yeah.
100%. They definitely not getting paid that. It may cost you $34 to cut the whole yard in Florida. That's how like cheap the labor is here.
Out here, it's like,
you're in California. Things are more expensive. Gas is more expensive. Like
they charge you
it's a little
like
different.
A minimum $120 to cut your yard.
The cost of living is more expensive out there, so that makes sense. But I'm telling you right now, like my parents got a quarter acre yard.
My granddad.
Even an acre, bro. People spending $50 just on an acre lawn.
Yeah, my granddad.
And that Mexican that's coming to cut that, he's getting, like KB said, bro, like $5-7 a yard type shit.
10, maybe 15.
What the hell?
Y'all beat them down in Florida, boy.
I mean, if I got the equipment,
y'all
check this out. If I got the equipment, right, the gas, I gotta pay you. If it's $30 for me to cut the yard, like how much am I gonna pay you per yard? If I'm only charging the customer $30 a yard, hey, what could I possibly pay you?
Yeah, they're not getting paid.
To be at this yard for an hour.
And they probably do got money.
The Mexicans around here, they own all these doggone neighborhoods. And they charge about 40 an hour, 40 a yard.
So how you gonna get him 30 and keep 10? That ain't gonna happen in no business world. That's bad. You taking the L if you taking 10 a yard because you pay for the gas and the equipment and the maintenance and all that stuff. You'll be taking the L giving him 30. You take
generous.
10.
$30 a yard, boy. I need y'all out here. $30
but
you cutting an acre.
Yeah, my granddad got like an acre and a half, almost 2 acres, and I think he $60 for his whole yard.
What?
Yeah, bro.
Boy, that's about $300 out here.
Mexican that do.
You lucky if you got an acre out in California,
bro. In Florida, we got so many immigrants. Y'all just getting the Mexicans out there in Cali, right? And in Florida, bro, all the Caribbeans are right here. We got immigrants by the boatload, dog. It's so many immigrants. It's like the supply and demand. Like if you don't want to take the $5, like some other immigrant gonna take the $5. Yeah. And that's what that's what it turns into. That's how we got boxed out of these careers and jobs because it's like, okay, either take this low ass wage. I don't think it was just because we lazy. You know what I'm saying? That's some white man myth that was made up. Dog, we not lazy people, bro. We built this country. Like it's just not a thing. Like we got a lot of hustle about us. It's just what we want to do. But we got to box out a lot of these jobs because, like, if you want to do it, I'll get this immigrant to come do it for, less than half. So
But those
what do you want
jobs
to do?
we talking about, like our grandfather was an immigrant. He had the same job. So I'm saying, like, those jobs, like, you could, like, potentially, like build off of, but we don't want those jobs. Let's be real. Like, nobody, like,
We shouldn't.
that's what I'm
We
saying.
shouldn't.
That's
Not
the
for
struggle.
what they're paying, but it comes down to holding them accountable. Like, yo, raise the wages, give us some rights around these jobs, so we can
I'm
go
talking
do
about
those jobs.
the people who own those jobs, the entrepreneurs of those fields are not us. We don't want to be the entrepreneur. We don't want
But it's a lot of I see a lot of black
I know, yeah, I see,
landscapers down here.
yeah, for
It's a
sure.
whole gang of them motherfuckers, bro.
I
Yeah,
don't see
no, I
them up
do.
here at all.
It's probably an Atlanta thing, but
Yeah,
for
but in
sure
South
down in
Florida,
South
yeah,
They got a
Florida.
black.
Back home in
I
Louisiana.
got a lot of. I grew up with a lot of friends whose parents cut grass, who now they cut the grass because they took the
Bro,
land.
me and Stacks
So
dabbled in that shit for a little minute, dog. Like, it's entrepreneur, it's getting money. So
what are they paying them then?
I don't know. That's not my field. I don't know, but I know they're not. I know the yards here ain't that much. I don't really know what the pay is. I can't speak on it. I just know what we pay per yard, and I know my granddad owned like almost, like I said, almost an acre and a little over a half, and he paying like $60 for his yard to get cut,
that's
and he
fine.
get it cut every other week.
Yeah, I mean, in the summertime you got to go every week.
Right,
I know this shit,
but
man. Like you got to go every
like
week.
crazy. Yeah,
I work around like grass. I dealt with landscapers on a regular basis, man. Like on large scale, small scale. There are a lot of in Florida, South Florida particularly. There are a lot of black landscapers, right?
Yeah.
That are entrepreneurs. But if we're talking about from and our grandfather, like, and I do think that this is a world where, like my grandfather he came here as an immigrant. Do immigrants have a togetherness and a sacrifice? It's just different. Yeah, they'll sit in one apartment with 12 of them and build up and save money. But you're talking about they're coming from different circumstances, and they would do certain things and maybe go open up a business later. But it's totally different circumstances. Like, we got to like compartmentalize a lot of this. We're talking about from a occupational job standpoint with doing landscaping work or those low level jobs and the rights and benefits around it. And I don't think it's a lazy thing of us not wanting to do it. The issue in my opinion is the lack of wages and benefits around said jobs. You're telling a person that, yo, you don't have an education, so you don't deserve a decent salary and benefits of health to be able to take care of your just basic healths. You know, you're out here deteriorating your body for minimum wages. And we've been here and we sacrifice from generation to generation. It's just like, nah, bro. And I don't blame these young boys that can't find a job, not want to go out there and get $5 a yard and compete with immigrants with no benefits. No, like we gotta like continue to fight for better rights and better circumstances, unions, whatever we can around these situations, and not just hitting the check mark for people to come over here and reap benefits and keep lowering the standard when it pertains to like jobs and benefits around said jobs, bro. We got to be able to stand on something that's going to elevate our situation, to bring shit up to par, and not just feel sorry for other people. And I fucks with immigrants. Is that it has nothing to do with them. It's nothing personal. It's just on the other end, personal for us.
Yeah.
Like our plight. They got their plight figured out. We gotta get our shit right.
Yeah. That's at the 2-minute mark, man.
One time. Yeah. Hey, man, and a great conversation, bro. Like, there's no right and wrong answer in any of this. I do want to say that. Like, we just, it's banter. It's great conversation and food. We're gonna have some laughs. We're gonna talk some real shit. We're gonna talk some politics. We're gonna talk, spirituality, love, every little bit of everything, man. It's the Culture Uncut podcast. Y'all boys got any shout outs? Every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, pull up, hang out with us. Stacks in the comments. Appreciate you for hanging out each and every show, my boy. Who else we had in here? What was her name? She was hanging out heavy.
Quinn. We got
Sweet and Low.
Sweet
and Low
That's
on
Quinn.
YouTube. I got the YouTube comments. You got
Shout
Facebook.
out Chi-Chi. Shout out Richard. Shout out Carmelita. Thank you for stopping by.
Carmelita, that's Shell.
Yeah. Thank you for stopping by.
Already.
This nigga here.
Any shout outs?
Nah, KB. Nah.
I ain't got no shout out. Shout out Big God. Thank you for life, health, and strength.
One time for Big God, man. I got a shout out. Shout out to like just Shout out to bro. Shout out to like what we trying to do here, man. Shout out to both of y'all boys as well, man. This shit we're gonna keep doing what we doing. But it's bigger than just a podcast. So with our overall, message and overall mission of what we trying to achieve, man. But Black media all together. We was down in Miami this weekend, like recording and filming some content, some interviews with some former Hurricane players. We got some more down the pipeline in the next couple of months. We relaunching the entire platform on April 1st. New names, new visuals, new logos, all of that. It's going to be fire. Looking forward to that from the top of the network. But just exciting times on our behalf. We appreciate all the support for everybody that's been rocking with us from day one. Culture Uncut podcast people, Roll Up Network people. It's all a blessing to be able to speak to you guys about, what's on our mind, what we thinking, what we love, what we don't love. It's all dope, man. We appreciate the support.
No doubt. It's Culture Uncut podcast, man. I'm ready to rock, though. I got to roll.
Me too.
Yeah, man.
I gotta
Eat some
eat.
food, man.
I'm
Peace,
hungry.
love, and blessings. We out of here, man.
Haggerty's.
Tuesday. Rock with us.
Hey, you know what would make your customer service help desk way better? Dumping it and then switching to Intercom. But you're not quite ready to make that change. We get it. That's why Finn, the world's leading AI customer service agent, is now available on every help desk. Finn can instantly resolve up to 80% of your tickets, which makes your customers happier and gets you off the customer service rep hiring treadmill. Finn by Intercom, the leading customer service AI agent, now available on every help desk.